And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for being here. You could be almost anywhere in the world, which right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. There's a whole lot going on out in the world, out on the internet. A whole lot of things happening. That BLM so-called mural out in front of Trump Tower sure is getting the business, ain't it? Oh, right on Fifth Avenue in New York City. First it was, I think it might have been a transgender person out there tearing it to pieces. Then you had Bevelyn Beatty out there tearing it apart. A great thing to see. And you know what? At a certain point, somebody's got to say something. Somebody's got to do something against the narrative. Because if we don't, then it will just persist. It's like but you know what? It's not even just about the BLM mural out in front of Fifth Avenue, in front of the Trump Tower. It's not even about that. It's a little bit deeper. The Smithsonian thing about whiteness. How is the Smithsonian releasing infographics about how being on time, being, having a mom and a dad is somehow only for white people? Like, why would who thought that would be a great idea to put out at the Smithsonian? Okay. It's crazy how our institutions have fallen to social justice and nonsense like it. But thank y'all for joining. We got a whole lot to talk about, a whole lot going on. We're going to get into it all. And that is my cue to go ahead and get rocking and rolling. Again, thank y'all for being here. Definitely appreciate you guys. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show. Thank y'all for being here. If you like the show, pardon me, getting choked up, I'm so excited. If you like the show, if you like the content in general, give me a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff for me. If you're listening on an audio streaming platform, give me a 5-star rating, a review, a share, a mention, whatever you can on those platforms. This show will be available on Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, Anchor, etc. A link for that will be in the box. Also, you could just search me in your favorite streaming platform. ABL Live will be what the show is called. Search me there, add me, subscribe to me. And that'll be it. This show will be available Monday morning, 10 a.m. That's my aim. And the Wednesday show will be available on Friday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And I'm always here streaming live from 8 p.m. Eastern to 11 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday and Saturday. So thank you all again for joining. I don't even know where to start. Let's talk about the whole Smithsonian whiteness situation. Let's talk about that because there's a whole lot we got to get through. I might just talk about that first. Now, you guys may have seen the graphic, and shout out to y'all that read my pinned comment on the video if you had watched it. After I did my video about the Smithsonian, matter of fact, I'm gonna try to pull up the infographic because it was deleted. Like I did my video, and while I was actually recording it, I was on the website actively scrolling to read from the infographic. And I went back there as I was doing my follow-up article on it, and I realized that it wasn't there. I'm like, what's going on? What happened? Where'd they take it? Okay, but Reddit, of course, still has it. The internet never forgets. Like Pepperidge Farms, they always remember, they don't forget. And I have an image of it right here. Let me get it queued up and put it on the screen. Okay, there we go. Hey, thank you, Tracy. I appreciate you. Shout out to the RT debater, Reese. And shout out to RT for having me again. All right. So this infographic right here, talking about aspects and assumptions of white culture. Now, this was on the Smithsonian Black History website. There's some kind of section about race. And to explain that right quick, just if you didn't catch that part, the part on that part of the website was an educational resource because, first of all, they have the education department at the museum. So they're teaching this stuff to people, to adults, to kids. I'm not even really sure who's being taught it, but they are teaching this stuff to people. This is not just out there in the ether. This is a thing that's being actively taught to people. So, I'm doing a lot of race videos, but I have to be able to counteract this because this is just straight. This is straight toxic poison. It's really damaging to people that don't know any better, that don't have any kind of counterbalance. So I have to be the counterbalance in these kind of cases, because without it, then it would just persist. But anyway, this is on their website and it's being taught to people. Now they're saying things like having the mom and the dad, being on time, self-reliance, having a good work ethic, work before you play. They're saying these things are white culture, Christianity, white culture, wealth and worth, and, that kind of thing. The thing that really kind of irritated me was the time. All of this really irritated me, to be perfectly honest with you. But the main thing was that they were saying that somehow following a rigid time schedule and viewing time as a commodity were parts of white culture. You guys know how I do. Like, I pride myself on being on time. If I'm 1 minute late, I'm upset, because I was always told by my dad growing up, military, dad, he was in the military and the fire department. Uncle was in the military, granddad, everybody was in the military. So time was extremely important. I was always taught either you're on time or late. That's how it goes. I had a meeting with a guy in the fire department for some graphics way back in the day. Now the meeting was 9:00. I got there at 9:01. He got in his car. He was getting in. As I pulled up, he was getting in his car and leaving, because they don't, on time or late. So that's something that always was taught my whole life. Some of these things are just really basic. And the question is that I had in the video is, why is this being taught as somehow white culture only, exclusive to whites? Why is that being taught that way? Why can't these good qualities, most of them, except for the gaslighting, talking about racism and, talking about majority rules when whites have power, just, little insults. Aside from the insults and things that don't make any sense, most things on here will be things you would tell anybody to do if they want to become successful in general, especially over here in the West. All right. But anyway, the question is, why are they saying that it's just white culture? Do they want to keep non-whites away from it to keep us not successful, or to have us feel comfortable by not being successful? Okay, if you're unsuccessful, rather than saying, hey, here's the things you can do to become successful, they say, well, don't do this because you might become successful. Or if you're not doing this, then don't feel bad because it's not for you anyway. It was just really crazy. But yeah, this infographic was on their website with a bunch of other stuff, and they took it off. They got some kind of like statement on there talking about, oh, well, we don't want to, it was distracting. Like, it was a bunch of words out there. Really what they were saying is that it was a big PR nightmare, and we're trying to escape the PR nightmare now. That's all that there is to it. Nothing more, nothing less. But yeah, we still got that, and we're not going to forget about it, because you have to understand what's going on with these institutions. The Smithsonian, I mean, this is everywhere. They're painting Black Lives Matter all over the place. They're painting it right there on 5th Avenue, Manhattan, right in front of the Trump Tower. They're painting it right there. What's that? 16th? I don't know what street that is. Or 17th, right there in D.C. As you are approaching the White House. You're sending political messages. Why are you painting Black Lives Matter in front of the Trump Tower? Is it about Black Lives Matter, or is it about a political narrative? Is it a political motive? Why are you painting Black Lives Matter right close to the White House? Again, is it a political narrative, a political motive? What's going on? Why don't you go to Southeast, where I got family at, and paint Black Lives Matter right there? Paint Black Lives Matter at Minnesota Avenue in D.C., huh? I know you guys in D.C. know what I'm talking about. Paint Black Lives Matter in the Northeast part. Paint it up there. Don't paint it like just, randomly. Well, not randomly. Don't paint it to send a political message. All right. Paint it in a place where it actually would make sense. Paint it in front of Planned Parenthood. How about that? All right. So shout out to everybody that has been wrecking the murals out there in New York. It got wrecked yesterday. I think one person might have been transgender. I'm not really sure. But they were part of the LGBTQ ABCDEFG movement. They had the flag on their back. Shout out to them, though. Hey, I'm not a fan of that movement, but shout out to them for, having... I don't want to say what they have or don't, because I don't want to, go down that road. But for having the intestinal fortitude, the strength, the bravado, shout out to them for having that and going out there and throwing that paint on the ground with some other people in New York City. Okay. So you see what's going on right here. It's from the thumbnail. If you can't see it, you got this young lady, man, not really sure what's going on, with the LGBT for Trump actual flag with the gay colors on it on her back, like super LGBT, and they got a bucket of blue paint and they're splattering it over the BLM mural, quote unquote mural, on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan, right in front of Trump Tower. All right. And you got, some friends with her, got somebody right there taping it, and then she's taping it, or they're taping it, Zier's taping it. Then you got a black lady right there, masked up, throwing the paint, because we're tired of it. This ain't even about, straight white man, please. Like, this is so not even about race. This is about being an American citizen. All right. Now, I don't have to agree with what you got going on, what you do with your life, but as long as you are with me as an American and you want the best for America, I can't say nothing against you. I'm not going to say nothing about that. So they're actually just not having it. Now, this video was crazy because it was one girl in the back that was so upset at the blue paint being thrown on the BLM so-called mural that, she about busted a vein in her head. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find her right quick. See if I can just pan. Oh, yeah, here we go. Now, if there's any cussing, I'm sorry. If you got kids, cover their ears right quick if there's any kind of cussing going on in this.
That's stupid ass. Why would you do that?
Did you see that? Like, she was screeching so hard, the lady right there. She was screeching so hard, like, and banging. She had the phone on her hand and just straight dropped the phone on the ground. Didn't even look at it. Like, if I got my phone in my hand, phones are not cheap, really. If you got an iPhone or something like that, I might put some insurance on that. A lot of people are leasing these phones. They don't even own them outright. They're making payments on them. So you got the phone in your hand, and then you're like, and then it falls on the ground face first. I'm thinking the screen and button busted. I'm trying to get it off the ground just to make sure it's good and, everything's all right. She just kept on screeching. People are really getting way deep into the waters of mental illness over these BLM so-called murals. It's really crazy. Broke the phone. I'm talking about and just threw it on the ground. That was crazy. Matter of fact, let's run it back one more time in case you didn't see it.
Why would you do that?
It's like, what are we even doing? Yeah, this video was crazy. If you've not seen it, and I would play more here, but it's a lot of language in it. It's some funny language. It's some inappropriate language that's hilarious towards the end. And if you have watched it, you know what I'm talking about. You don't even got to guess. All right. But my Instagram.com/Anthony B. Logan is right there. Now, here's the next one. And you know what? What's good about New York is that ain't no bail. Remember that? Remember the whole thing about, bail is suppressive and all this, that, and the third? Ain't no bail in New York, as far as I know. I could be wrong. But you got guys up there that are getting let go because of the virus after they then, beat people in the head and shot people and everything else. So Bevelyn should be fine. Now, I'm going to get to Bevelyn's video right quick because that was a great one as well. Again, on my Instagram page, if you don't know, for Instagram.com/Anthony B. Logan. Let's check it out right quick and put it on the screen. Now, for those that can't see the video, what's happening is Bevelyn has a bucket of black paint and she's just pouring it on the ground. All right, pouring it on the ground. And she has on a shirt. Well, she's wearing two shirts, if that makes any sense. She has a shirt wearing it normal, just over her body that says Jesus Matters. Another shirt tied over her waist says the same thing. So they got her on New York Post, a great picture of her being arrested with the Jesus Matters. So I thought that was really good. But let's continue with the video.
You want to defund the police for black people. You're lying. No, we're not standing with Black Lives Matter. We want our police. Refund our police. Refund our police. Y'all don't care about black lives. Get the paint. Y'all don't care about black lives. Refund the police. Refund the police. They say Black Lives Matter. They say Black Lives Matter, right? They say Black Lives Matter. Oh, they don't care about Black lives. They don't care about Black lives. They don't care. They don't care.
Now, the funniest part about this video was that people in the background talking about, why don't you grab her? Why don't you grab her? Nah, you don't want that, right? Remember, defunding the police and no cash bill and all this, that, and the third. You don't want that, right? So you should be on her side because she's saying refund the police. Allow them to do their jobs. If you don't want the police to be funded, if you don't want, if you're not in favor of the police, why are you asking them to go out here and work for you? See, it's all right when it's a thing that you want to have done, but when you want to be out here, shooting heroin or shooting your guns and killing people, it's all right for the police to not do anything about it. Look the other way. Oh, okay, I see how that goes. But anyway.
They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. Refund the police. Refund the police. Grab her. Grab her.
So you're going to see much more of this. Okay, the first video I showed you, that was on Friday. Now, this was today, like just a few hours ago. So you're going to see much more of this as time progresses, for sure. So, yeah, shout out to Bevelyn Beatty. She has a YouTube channel. I'm going to link it right quick. You guys hold on right fast. I'm going to find it, and I'm going to put it in the chat box so you guys can go and click straight to it. Hold on one second. Let me see. Do I have it? Yeah, there it is. All righty, let's go ahead and put that right in the chat. And thank y'all again for being here. Definitely appreciate you guys. If you like what you're hearing so far, give me a thumbs up on the video, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. Okay, Bevelyn Beatty channel, and I'll paste that a few times so you guys can see it. There we go, boom. Oh yeah, I saw that. Somebody says, anybody see the NFAC guy at the gun range? Now, I'm gonna show that video too. Okay, now you guys may have seen the video I did about the Stone Mountain protest with the NFAC, the Black Militia, that Not Effing Around coalition. What they did was gather, I think, like 3 different gun clubs in the area or different areas with some other people, because there was some BLM guys in there, as I recognize them from other protests, so-called protests. But anyway, they said that they put 3 gun clubs together and they went out there to Stone Mountain to do what? I'm not really sure. I think their main objective was to protest a rock. And I'm being serious. If you've ever been to Stone Mountain, Georgia, the mountain is a rock. That's what it is. And on that rock, there's a 6-story tall carving of Confederate generals. I think Robert E. Lee's on there, Nathan Bedford Forrest, if I'm not mistaken. Just a few guys was on it. So they're protesting the rock, and they said that there might be some white supremacists coming through to protest them or to be counter protesters. And they're talking about, where you at? We right here in your backyard, all this, that, and the third. So it was just kind of weird. They're out there in 95-degree Georgia weather. I'm down here about an hour and a half from Georgia. Well, hour and a half from Atlanta, very close to Georgia, and it gets hot. So if you out there with all black on, it's going to be a mess. All right, hold on. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get that video right quick. A couple of the NFAC guys had passed out, and they needed the police to escort them to the hospital. That's pretty ironic, ain't it? All right. Shout out to my man, Killer Sushi, for sending me the video. Thank you, man. I was just watching it with Tanae. Hold on. I'm gonna put it on the screen. My man was terrible as a shot. Hold on. Now, he is, first of all, showing this lady right here how to use a weapon in his living room. So that might not be where you want to. I see hardwood floors on the flat screen TV. So that's not really the best place for gun safety. I don't know if he lives in an apartment or what, because if you live in an apartment and you got this rifle in there with a first time user and it goes off for some reason, somebody might mess around and get shot through the wall. So that's very dangerous, sir. But anyway, now this guy is in a indoor rifle range, and
we're all expert shooters.
Well, you've said several times that you don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk.
Now, if you can't see it, he's shooting at a target from like 30 yards with a rifle, and he's totally just missing the entire sheet. I'm talking about like the whole sheet with a rifle a rifle, a pistol. If you in the military and you a gun guy, or you ex-military, you're a gun guy, you should hit at least a sheet, even with a pistol. But a rifle, come on, sir. I mean, what you need glasses, you need some training, you need a stand for that little rifle. What's going on? He's missing everything. So he's bringing the sheet back to himself, and he's realizing that he pretty much he missed a sheet with the first 3 shots. He's like staring at it like it's going to be like what he's doing right now with the sheet is like if you go to the refrigerator and you know it's bone dry, totally empty, you go into it, open it, waiting for some food to magically appear. It's like, no, sir, there won't be any holes in the sheet. You missed the entire sheet. You're not a good shot. So if you're ex-military, I don't know what you were doing. Were you a computer guy or something like that? Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But good grief, man, you're not. You didn't spend too much time out there on the range, obviously. He's shaking his head. That's hilarious. So these are the guys talking about, and that was a leader. That was a leader of the whole situation, the real Grandmaster Jay. Now, I read online that he was like a failed DJ and a con artist. That seems about right. Kind of a LARPer, kind of a, and I was saying that throughout the video, LARPing, that's what it is. That's something that a LARPer would do, miss the entire sheet at a gun range. And you know what? shout out to you, Good Bad, talking about what a tight grouping. Hilarious. Tight, if you're talking about measuring from outer space. But anyway, he's talking about how he's the leader and they're fully trained, they're great marksmen. Nah. You're a LARPer. That's what's going on. It's like the guy that had his rifle with an active jam in it that was drum fed. It's like, why is your rifle drum fed, sir? It's jammed up. What you going to do with the drum? You're not going to do anything. Okay. Can we say Grandmaster, quote unquote? I don't know, Michael. That might be kind of racist, but since he's black, I guess it's fine. So, yeah, that whole thing was crazy. So, yeah, Grandmaster Jay, I need you to take some Grandmaster lessons on your rifle mechanics and get that and get your grouping tightened up, man. I was not really impressed at all. but thank y'all for being here. Most certainly appreciate you guys. If you like what you're hearing so far, give me a thumbs up on the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. And shout out to the black officer out there in Portland, Oregon. I almost said free out of Washington. In Portland, Oregon, who exposed Black Lives Matter for what they are. And most of these protests across the nation, except for some, you may have some that are exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, most of the BLM protests, Black Lives Matter, are majority white or at least not majority black. That's the situation that's going on. Okay. There was one picture I saw, I'm gonna try to pull it up right quick, of a so-called BLM protest. And it's like, where's Waldo trying to find a black person in the picture? Matter of fact, here it is. Hold on. Let me see if it'll just stop for me. It didn't stop. Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm going to just try to hold it in place so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let me just go back to my page and do things that way. There we go. And it's kind of small, but what I'm looking at right now, you got this picture of a BLM protest and everybody in the picture is white. Like, I don't see a black person, and they all got their fist up, all kneeling. Black Lives Matter, say no to racists, George Floyd, all this, that, and the third. The black fist. What's going on? Oh, there they go. I see the one person right there. And they appear to be like wearing some type of hijab or something like that. I can't tell nowadays, with the mask, you could have on a regular hat and the mask. That combination appears to be a hijab to me. I don't really see the discernible difference, but different story, I digress. My whole point is that the black officer out there in Portland, Oregon, exposed the BLM protesters, quote unquote, for what they are. And if you didn't see that video, what he was saying was, oh, matter of fact, I'll pull it up for you guys. I got it on my Instagram. Let's check it out right quick. Now, somebody zoomed in on the person's nose. I didn't do that. That wasn't me. So that was just a clip I found on the internet. When I put it on my YouTube page, I edited it properly. I think the person just didn't, I don't think they really did it on purpose. But anyway, let's hear the audio right quick.
It says something when you're at a Black Lives Matter protest. You have more minorities on the police side than you have in a violent crowd. And you have white people screaming at black officers. You have the biggest nose I've ever seen.
So if it's about Black lives, then what are we really doing? Okay, only certain Black lives, like you guys in the chat would say, CBLM, certain Black Lives Matter, or SBLM, some Black Lives Matter, or BLM, OC, Black Lives Matter on occasion. How about that? Because here you got a black officer working hard, providing for his family, you know, making sure everybody's safe, not engaging in any kind of violence or nothing like that, and he's getting racist attacks. You know what? And before he continues, I've gotten all of what he's talking about just every day. You know, I get called all types of B words. I get called every curse word in the English language and non-English. I get cussed out in different languages, called all types of crazy stuff, threatened, all of that every day by the white man. But see, normally they don't do it in public. They do it in private or behind the internet, so you can't do nothing to them. That's usually how it goes. I've never had anybody say anything to me to my face. But see, in the context of a BLM so-called protest, they got 1,000 people with them. They got strength in numbers, and they feel like since you're a police officer, then you're fair game. It doesn't really matter. So if you're a police officer and black, then your life doesn't matter. If you're a black conservative and black, then your life doesn't matter. If you have any viewpoints that are different than what they espouse out there at BLM protests, quote unquote protests, then your life doesn't matter. So they only appreciate you, only like you, they only want to actually protect you if you're on their side. Okay, so why are we even putting the whole race thing on it? But let's continue.
What was it like in that capacity in the first few weeks when the fence was up around the Justice Center?
I got to see folks that really do want change, like the rest of us, that have been impacted by racism. And then I got to see those people get faded out.
That's right. I've been saying it for a while. These protests have not been peaceful. These protests are not peaceful. So anybody talking about, oh, it's a peaceful protest? No. The peaceful protest been gone. And any empathy I had for anybody out there died when David Dorn died. And I stand on that. I'm going to say that until the cows come home, until the fat lady sing, because it's the reality of the situation. Everybody knows that these so-called protests ain't nothing but thinly veiled riots, insurrections. It's Marxism creeping its way into the country by way of the sword. Same thing as like Islam, but different story. Let's keep going.
By people that have no idea what racism is all about. Never experienced racism. They don't even know that the tactics that they are using are the same tactics that were used against my people.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to address that right quick. Now, the people that are out here so-called protesting, a lot of them come from areas where they never experienced racism. They don't know what it is. They never been educated at all about it. They have no idea. They don't know what's going on. A lot of the ivory tower latte sippers, those that are getting paid to do it, trying to make some extra money in college or something like that, they don't even know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. They're fighting against a thing that they don't even know. Don't even know what it is. It's like fighting an invisible enemy. What do you even really? You don't know what you're doing because you've not been taught about it properly. You've not seen it yourself. You just don't know. You think that you're acting in the best interest of the black community or so-called poor peoples or people of color, but you're not. You're just doing things to make yourself feel good. You want to go out there and yell at police because it makes you feel like you're doing something. It gives you purpose in life, but you're not actually helping. You're hurting more than anything else, but you don't really care because you feel good about yourself. It's a selfish type of movement that's going on. And the funny part is that the selfish people are being used by those that are, that have their own interests in mind. The people that are out there think they're doing one thing, but they're being used for a greater purpose.
And they don't even know they don't even know the history. They don't know what they're saying. Coming from someone who graduated from PSU with a history degree, it's actually frightening. You know, they say if you don't know your history, you repeat it, and watching people do that to other people. A lot of times, someone of color, black, Hispanic, Asian, come up to the fence and directly want to talk to me. Hey, what do you think about George Floyd? What do you think about what happened about this? I go up to the fence, someone white comes up, F the police, don't talk to him. That was the most bizarre thing, because I could see it coming. I even had a young African-American girl tell me, why is it you guys aren't talking to us? I said, honestly, this is now the 23rd day of doing it. Every time I try to have a conversation with someone that looks like me, someone white comes up and blocks them and tells them not to talk. And then right when I said that, this white girl popped right in front of her and she said, he just said that was going to happen. I said, straight up. I said, you know, I've been called the N-word. She's been called the N-word. Why are you talking to me this way? Why do you feel that she can't speak for herself to me? Why is it that you feel you need to speak for her when we're having a conversation? But then when you go...
Exactly. And what he said right there before the cut was the person, when he asked that question, said, well, didn't really say much aside from, well, I was told to do it. Somebody told me to do it. You don't say. You don't say that somebody told her to do that. There's a bigger picture going on. People don't even really want to address. Well, we want to, because we know what's going on. We address it. But the people that are out there don't even really understand what's happening. They can't zoom out. They just see what's going on right in front of their face and how they feel in their own personal, in their mind, but they don't think about the bigger picture that's happening. They think they're fighting against racism, but all they're really doing is just ushering in Marxism, communism, whatever else whoever they are, want to usher in. Very simple. All right. And you know what? That's why I was talking about, what's that, Chaz Chop, Antifa and BLM joining forces, because they're the same group. It's no difference. How is BLM indifferent to Antifa? The only thing that about BLM that's different would be, I guess, the skin color, but now that's different too. That's not even the same. That's the same as well, because you see the pictures, a lot of these so-called protests, they're the same people that's in each group. Okay, it's the same rabble rousers that go everywhere, just like the whole NFAC thing. The guy that was, missing the entire sheet, he was out there rabble rousing with a group. Oh, we're not BLM, we're not Antifa, but yet I was seeing BLM guys in there. Not everybody was BLM, not all of them, but some of them were. I saw some of the guys in this other protests in Atlanta. So you got a lot of the same people that are being shuffled around to these insurrectionist movements. And you know what? You could have federal agents in there. You could have anybody in there. It's easy to infiltrate. I think even Stephen Crowder infiltrated Antifa. So if Stephen Crowder can infiltrate Antifa, why not the federal government, local government? Anybody can, And if you're talking about non-government intervention, anybody can infiltrate Black Lives Matter. It could be Marxist, communists, which is what they wanted to do. But if you have a local organization that's not really about that, all I got to do is pick up the phone. They see you got something going on. It's kind of cool. They pick up the phone, send somebody down there, and boom. Now you have a Marxist mole in the situation. They're turning around. Now you got people out there that are foot soldiers for the so-called movement. That's kind of how it goes. That's what's happening right now, in my humble opinion. But you know what? All hope is not lost. We can fight against this whole thing that's happening right now. And I'm glad that we got people out here that's willing to fight, that's not afraid of what they may lose as a result of fighting. Alrighty. But thank y'all for being here yet again. We got a whole lot going on the internet tonight. Alrighty. Let me see. What else we got? Let me go back to where I was. Let me get my place. Hold on. The Portland officer. Oh, Ted Wheeler. Yes. Now, speaking about Portland, Ted Wheeler, is he the mayor? Yeah, he's the mayor. Speaking about Portland, the mayor of Portland, Ted Wheeler, wanted to blame the riots that are happening in Portland. What the officer was talking about, he wanted to blame that on Trump because he says Trump sending the federal agents inflamed things more than what they were already. Now, his explanation was that things were dying down. It wasn't really that bad anymore in Portland. And when Trump sent the federal agents, it made things worse. It's like, all right, let's just pause for the cause right quick. You had riots for 5 straight weeks. You're talking about almost 2 months, going on 2 months of protests every single night. Every night you got the same thing going on. You had an attempted Chaz Chop out there. You got, Molotov cocktails. You got bottles on rocks. You got laser pointers. You got a sword, shields, drugs, everything going on in Portland, right? And this is not a thing that just happened today, like this year. In 2018, they were doing the whole Occupy ICE thing. Remember that? And during Occupy ICE, city officials were encouraging them to prevent the federals from coming in and doing what they had to do. So the city officials, the mayor, everybody, they've been complicit for a very long time in all this, kind of communist, Marxist, violent action. So don't try to blame Trump. This has been going on for a long time. Portland's been in decline for many, many years. The policies of this city, the left coast big city policies are not working. Free out of Washington, Portland, Oregon, San Francisco, Los Angeles, it's not working. We see that it's not going on the way it should be. I saw that Portland opened, like they actually set up homeless camps. If I'm wrong about that, you guys over on the left coast, let me know in the comments. But I was reading that they set up homeless camps. So basically they got some parking lots or some asphalt or something they have converted into areas for tents to be. So, all right, if the city is sanctioning this, then is there any kind of security? Is it not a liability to even have that? Because if you got a storm coming or some kind of, a cyclone or some kind of wind event, that's very dangerous just to be out there uncovered. A tent ain't going to do nothing when, the hurricane come or a tornado come. You're going to be looking like Alice in Wonderland, just swept on up. You might have to get home, find some red shoes, quick to get back to the house. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, when you're doing stuff like that, you're kind of enabling the decay of your city. So don't try to blame Trump for what you have been doing and what the city has been doing as a whole. We're talking about leadership for a very long time. All of what they've been doing in the city has led to what's happening right now today. All right. And it kind of goes back to what I was saying about Trump sending the federal agents, because I knew this would be what is going on. People were asking me right here on this show, and shout out to y'all for asking me. Good question, by the way, because people are wondering. People are saying, hey, can't Trump send the federal agents to these cities that are having all these problems with the riots and the protests and the looting and the shooting and the carrying on? Because local government, they don't want to do anything. They can't do anything. Trump's got to act. He's got to send in the federal agents. But now he's being sued. Like Trump, I don't know if it's Trump or the federal government, somebody, the ACLU were trying to sue them because they're arresting people in unmarked cars. Ted Wheeler talking about, oh, you're to blame because you're inflaming it. If people hear what Wheeler is saying, they may go out there and protest more because Wheeler is acknowledging the fact that Trump is to blame. So then they could just say, well, we're out here because of Trump. We want to, we're against Trump, what Trump is doing. All right. Or they may want him to look bad so they can go out there and do that. So, the whole thing is just really ridiculous, but it's the policies that have been going on for a very long time. And if Trump goes out there and brings the federal agents, then he's bad. If he doesn't bring federal agents, then he's not doing enough. He's just kind of sitting back, chilling. If he does bring them, he's usurping local state rights and, mayors and governors, city council. He's using his own personal army. I said those words that they would say Trump's using his own personal army, and Ted Wheeler said exactly that. He said exactly that. So thank y'all for watching that video. Shout out to that sign language guy in that Ted Wheeler video. That was hilarious. I forgot to put a reaction face in there because I was watching that too. The guy, he was really on something else. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to pull him up right quick because that was kind of funny. If you've not seen that video, I'm talking about, this is the one I did, what was it, earlier today? About Ted Wheeler. And I guess he was having some kind of virtual press conference. I'm not really sure where he is right here, what's going on with these cabinets behind him. But matter of fact, here he is. Here's my man. The sound's not on, but I'm gonna just play it right quick. He looks pretty cool right here, but then I don't know, the facial expressions, sticking your tongue out. It's what are you even doing? I don't really understand. I guess maybe with the sound on, it'll provide better context, but still, I felt like that was not necessary in the, you could have just said, I don't know, captions or something. I prefer somebody to be there, like a stenographer or somebody be there and just, type out what he's saying rather than having this guy do his sign language interpretive dance. That was wild. But shout out to the sign language interpreter. But Ted Wheeler, like, come on, man. Like, let's be real. You can't blame Trump for what's going on in Portland. What's happening right now in Portland is a result of many years of bad policy, many years of just letting crime and just the general decay of the city continue. That's what's going on. Don't try to blame nothing else. Nothing at all. Alrighty. Let me see. Chris says, have I seen the latest video about George Floyd on OAN YouTube channel? I've not seen that. I'm going to check it out, though, pretty soon here. And what else we got going on? Let me see. What's the next topic I wanted to cover? I'm going to cover something else that I think I wrote in the actual description. James Harden. Yeah, shout out to James Harden. James Harden, if you guys don't know, NBA basketball player, really good player, one of the best in the league offensively. Defensively, you're talking about Olay defense. Go ahead, do whatever you want to do. Score 80 points on me, I don't care. But anyway, he wore a blue line, a thin blue line face shield. Now, people instantly got on him about it because you're in the NBA. They talking about Black Lives Matter, hands up, don't shoot, all this and that. So if you have on a Blue Lives Matter flag, then you're seen as somehow anti-black, anti-NBA, anti-movement. It was really crazy. First of all, he should be able to wear whatever he wants to wear. Why does he have to? Why are people trying to control his fashion? All right, that's the first thing. Second thing, even if he was in support of the police, which I don't know if he likes the police or not, but he says that it's not a political statement. He just put on the mask because it looked cool. Okay, he wasn't trying to make a political statement, but let's just say that he was. Okay, so what? Why must he be like, vehemently criticized for that? A lot of people, most people, especially in the NBA, don't know about politics at all. And not everybody that's on politics knows all of what the colors mean and stuff like that. I do. And most of you guys do, because this is what we're into. We're into politics. This is something that we enjoy, or that we pay that we got our ears to the ground. But most people don't. If you are a sports writer for Yahoo News, whoever that guy was, he wrote a terrible article talking about, what's his name? James Harden should know about what's going on because the NBA is talking about Black Lives Matter right now, and that's really, it's like, man, come on. Not everybody knows everything. These NBA guys aren't, reading newspapers in the morning. They're not watching Fox or reading Breitbart or MS-13 DNC. They're not doing that. They're just going to practice, going to the strip club, eating chicken wings. That's kind of what's going on. Now, some guys are really up there, but that's not the majority of guys in the league. Keep it real. I mean, why would you be worried about trying to know every little thing politically when you playing basketball and making $500 million a year? Not a year, but we making millions of dollars playing basketball. Why would you be worried about some very small, minute things like what a blue stripe means on a design for a face shield? And the only reason why he has the face shield is because he has a really big beard and he wanted to cover up his nose, mouth, and beard because of the virus. That's it. It ain't really nothing else to it. But of course, he got lambasted all over the internet. They're attacking him. It's crazy. I say wear whatever you want. Even if you're not necessarily a supporter of the police, which he didn't say if he was or he wasn't, but even if you're not, wear whatever you want. Okay? And he shouldn't have been attacked. Even like I said, if he was pro-police, so what? Let him be that. People talk about Black Lives Matter and we champion diversity only when it comes to how you look, diversity that is, not as far as how you think and how you believe. That's generally how that goes. If you're a Christian, you're white, you're male, you're conservative at all, regardless of what your skin color is, and you're just not even, you're not considered part of those that can be included in inclusion. You're excluded for the purpose of inclusion. How does that make any sense? I thought inclusion was a big tent, not exclusive club, but whatever. Again, thank y'all for joining. We got about 3,000 live in the chat, and you guys are fantastic. And what else we got going on? I think that was what I wanted to cover before we get to the calls. And we also have super chats coming up on deck. I'm going to read some of the chat here before we get to super chats. Let me see. Now, yeah, sports is getting harder to watch now because there's so much other stuff involved with it. I enjoy politics, don't get me wrong. I'm a political junkie. I read all day, every day. I'm reading, I'm talking about it, I'm doing something with it. But I want to be able to have a break. You know, I was watching baseball today. I was watching, what was that, the Mets? Is it the Yankees? I don't know. I know it was the Mets, but I watched it briefly. And I just happened to notice that there was some cardboard cutouts in the crowd. I was like, what is going on? But anyway, sidebar. I like sports. I enjoy sports. It's fun. It's something to get your mind off of with the serious things in the world. You can just enjoy it. You know, I enjoy playing games, watching games, whether it be video games or, you know, outdoor basketball, football, baseball. I just enjoy sports. I enjoy having fun. So when I can, which is not very often because I have very limited time. But what I don't want in my spare time watching the football game, basketball game, baseball game, NASCAR, when I'm watching these things, I don't want to see all the political stuff just dropped in it. I don't want to see that. Bubba Wallace is his name? Yeah, Bubba Wallace had a race, I think it was today or yesterday, whenever that was. I think it was an all-star race. And he, when he came out, when he was announced, they booed him in the crowd. And then when he had a crash, he was okay. He didn't, he was fine. It was a simple crash. When he crashed, they cheered. It's like people were saying, oh, that's so wrong. That's childish. No, you don't understand. It's not about him being black. It's not about anything like that. It's about you're ruining this sport. You're bringing all this SJW stuff in here. You're making this change our culture that we enjoyed and nobody had a problem with for all these years. For what? To get more woke because of a lie that you said, because of a liar. We got to change things. I'll be offended too. Just like I am right now with this whole NBA thing. You got all these guys talking about hands up, don't shoot, BLM. Is like, y'all got to go somewhere, man. We don't have no time for that. Same thing with football. They're talking about Cam Newton and his contract is too low because he's black. It's like, man, look, Michael Vick said a very good thing on Skip and Shannon's show. They were trying to get him to say that it's racist in the NFL, and if you're a black quarterback, you have a really hard time in making it. Michael Vick, black quarterback, obviously, he was in the league for what, I think 12 or 14 years. He went to jail for 2 years in the middle of his career, came back from jail, still was able to play in the league and play at a high level and make plenty of money. So if anybody knows about being a black quarterback, it'd be him. He was saying that Cam Newton does not have a really big contract because he's been injured for the past couple of years and his productivity might not be where it was before. If he goes out there with New England and proves himself, he may be able to get more money. Don't just say, oh, his contract is low because he's black. It's not even really how it is. You got plenty of black quarterbacks in the league. You got Tyrod Taylor. You got Patrick Mahomes. You got Russell Wilson. And you got my man. What's my man's name from the Ravens? What's a Ravens quarterback? I'm looking him up right quick. Lamar Jackson. You got all kind of guys in the league doing very well, and they're going to get paid very well. The race thing is just so old and played out and tired and corny. People are tired of hearing about it, and they're tired of having it be used as some kind of weapon against them. All right, that race thing is not even about race anymore in the country. The dividing line is not about race; it's about your ideology. Now it's no longer. It's not been for a very long time, black versus white. That's been gone for a very long time. What's going on right now is righteous versus non-righteous. Left versus right, but not even left versus right. Righteous versus non-righteous. Are you doing the right thing or the wrong thing? Real basic stuff, all right? Killing babies, right or wrong. It really ain't no in-between. You see what I'm saying? It's about that nowadays, and people are getting really desperate to try and fight that fight. They're trying to engage in Marxism, trying to do some kind of covert tactic. That's what's going on right now. The race argument is so dated, so old. It's just used as a weapon. And at a certain point, it'll be a dull weapon, and and it won't be able to be sharpened anymore. You will not sharpen that weapon anymore because it's dead and it's done and it's old. Yeah. So shout out to everybody that is in the chat. I think Bevelyn Beatty should get out. Talking about the lady that poured the black paint on the ground. She should be able to get out because if you're in New York, ain't no bail, right? You know, they're releasing patients or people that could be COVID patients because of the virus. You know, murderers and everything else might be kind of getting a slap on the wrist. So if you just threw paint on the ground, you probably not going to stay locked up for long at all. You probably would have like zero bail in New York City. Alrighty. Now let's get to the super chats right quick. Hey, that's right on time. Happy Sheep says, will Bevelyn be charged with a hate crime? I don't think so. If she was, that'd be pure hilarity. That'd be pure hilarity, but I don't think so. You know, if she gets a hate crime on their back, then there's plenty of people in New York City that need to get charged with a hate crime that have done much worse than throw some paint on the ground. You know, the paint on the ground that's already there, the so-called mural from BLM should be the crime, not Bevelyn Beatty trying to tighten it up. I look at Bevelyn as, you know, providing a community service, putting that paint on the ground to beautify it, to make it look better, to make people on the street not have that be a public nuisance, because they keep that right there on Fifth Avenue in front of Trump Tower. It's going to be a public nuisance. They're going to come by there every day, painting over it, stomping on it, doing whatever they can to deface it, and bravo on them. They're going to paint that BLM mural every 5 hours to keep it fresh and new. That's what's going on. Matter of fact, they may put some kind of structure around it to prevent people from getting in there, some barbed wire or something like that. That'd be hilarious if they put some kind of border. If they put like a gate or a wall around the BLM mural, that'd be just priceless. Priceless. Alrighty. Let me see. Positive Vibe says, Jesse Lee Peterson said it's good versus evil. On his YouTube, he speaks about how we grew up under the Jim Crow laws and everything. He said it's good versus evil, not race. Exactly. 1000%. Race is an old subject that's being weaponized right now to attack certain peoples with. That's all that's going on. All right. I got super chats right quick. I'm going to read those, and then I'm going to get to the calls. The name of the lady, her name is Bevelyn Beatty. Matter of fact, I have her channel right here if you guys want to subscribe to her. That's the person that put the paint on the ground. All right. Mark says, hold on. Mark says, keep up the good videos, ABL. Maybe we have a drag race in front of Trump Towers there. Exactly. Have a drag race. Matter of fact, you can invite your man, Bubba Wallace out there for the drag race and see if he does really well against some New Yorkers. All right. And get that BLM sign nice and skid marked up. Oh, did I play? I think I did play that I showed it on the last show where they were trying to investigate a crime in Canada for somebody doing a spin out on a LGBT crosswalk. Matter of fact, I know I played it or I showed it on the screen because it wasn't the video. I showed it on the screen, but I'm going to put it on the screen one more time just in case you guys didn't see it. If you guys are coming into the stream for the first time or whatever the case may be, hold on, let me find it right quick, because this whole thing was pure hilarity. Do I have it here? I don't think I have it here. Nah, it's not right here, but I had it somewhere, but that was hilarious. All right, let's go ahead and get to the super chats. Shout out to Retro Gamer 81 who says, would they call Miss Beatty's actions a hate crime? I don't think so. Thank you to Chris Showalter who says, good evening from Alabama. Thank you for the super chat, boss. Thank you to Ian Kenny who says, did you hear about someone painting Baby Lives Matter on the road in front of a Planned Parenthood? I saw that. I don't know if it's real or not. I think it's real. But yeah, shout out to them. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that right quick. The Baby Lives Matter. Yeah. Matter of fact, here's a video. Matter of fact, okay. This is from Life News. Shout out to Life News. They're a really good, if you're looking for a good, pro-life source for news on Twitter, Life News is a good place to start. All right, let's check it out. So there it is. Turn the music off so I don't get striked. So yeah, it's actual drone footage. So you have, obviously, it might have been kind of a bad choice of paint because it's kind of hard to see. But I understand why they did that, because they have the baby lives matter, the baby and the matter are in blue, and the lives is in pink, because you got, boy and girls, obviously. Talking about babies, what you get at birth. Either you get the blue or you get the pink. Those want to talk about, I'm gender non-conforming, I'm non-binary. But when you born, you either a boy or a girl. You're going to get put in the pink or the blue. How about that? Let's keep on going.
Human rights violations.
So there it is. Baby lives matter right there on the ground. Yep. All right. Thank y'all for joining. Let's get to the next super chats. Let me see. Thank you to Kevin McGee for the donation. For becoming an ABL supporter, for joining the channel. Thank you to Zoe Inman, who says, or Zoe Inman, I don't butcher your name, who says, ABL, you are a gentleman, intelligent, and funny without being crass. You are a real knight. So much aloha at your back from the desert of California, no less. Hey, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Very kind words. Thank you to Chris Graham, who says, this look a lot like stuff taken from the BLM website. I mean, what's the difference? You're talking about the Smithsonian Whiteness thing. What's the difference? It's all the same. It's probably the same people that work for the Smithsonian producing that stuff. And you know what? If it came from the BLM website, it didn't make sense right now what's going on. They basically want to go to the next level and really virtue signal to say, not only are we in favor of Black lives, we're taking our steps directly from Black Lives Matter, straight from them. Thank you to 782 Gear for the donation. I appreciate you. Thank you to Silent Rage, who says, anybody want a beer? Hit the like button too. Thank you to Brad Aquilin, who says, for more paint, the Patriots, for more paint for the Patriots like Bevelyn Beatty. Exactly. 1000%. And you know what? If I was able to be out there, I need a whole flatbed full of paint. I need a sprayer, matter of fact, so we can go out there and just get it done. I need about 15 guys with their own individual sprayer to get that thing knocked on out right quick. Like you painting the house in 5 seconds. I need that. Okay. I need guys that paint houses really good to go out there and get that whole thing done. Thank you to AC, who says, love your message, keeping things 1,000. I appreciate you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to Beth Marie Evans, who says, condolences and prayers for you and your family. A loss of your uncle. Thank you for that. Yeah, my uncle passed away. Actually, he passed away 2 days past his birthday. He passed in June. He passed on June, I think, 21st. He was born on Juneteenth. Remember I said that? Because my dad's birthday is Juneteenth, and my uncle's is Juneteenth as well. Not my dad's brother, but my dad's uncle. So my granny's brother and my dad got the same birthday, Juneteenth. So I would always go up there to DC and celebrate it with them, with my uncle and his wife and, my cousins and the whole family. So I was not able to go because of the virus to the funeral. You can only have 10 people. And it was just, I saw pictures and stuff on Facebook. I kind of got upset because it's like, I don't even want to go down that road. But yeah, thank you for your donation. Thank you to Janetta Burns, who says, becoming an ABL superstar. Thank you for that. Thank you to Matthew Hammond, who says, can we start a fundraiser for Bevelyn Beatty? Hey, if she need it, we got her. Thank you to Poofy, who says, riots are rampant in Seattle and Portland because it's the safest place for these people to pretend about BLM. Would like to see them build up communities instead of breaking them down. Hey, that's a good mind state to have. I wish more of us had it. Thank you for your donation. Thank you to Janetta Burns for becoming an ABL squad member. Thank you to Good Bad, who says, supported you, spreading the truth, ABL. I appreciate you for that. Thank you to Poofy, who says, ABL, I help Don't Walk Run with his scripts. If you watch him and like him, please give him a shout out. We're both fans of you at Saint Sundere. I know I butchered that and I'm sorry, but shout out to Don't Walk Run. I like his stuff. I don't watch a lot of political stuff on YouTube because I don't want to get people's ideas in my mind. I want to be able to speak clearly. Like, I don't write scripts at all. I always go off the cuff. I know kind of what's going on and what I want to say, but I always do things kind of off the cuff because I might want to improvise and stuff like that. So, but I have seen some of his stuff. I like him. Really good dude. So shout out to Don't Walk Run here on the YouTubes. And shout out to you as well. Thank you for your donation. Thank you to Demonic Loki, who says Osama had more respect for America than these kids. Thank you to Meme JPEG, who says refunding the police. There you go. Not defund, refund the police. 1,000%. Thank you to Good Bad, who says Bevelyn has been out there in protest debating the false BLM narrative in the media. Yes, she was also out there in Friado debating the white liberals, about what's going on with abortion and everything else. So shout out to her. Thank you to Manny Martinez for the Hey You emoji super chat. Thank you to Mordecus, who says wherever BLM is painted on the street, set up outdoor screens and show Uncle Tom the movie. There you go. I'm with that all day long. All day. And thank y'all in the chat for the condolences. I appreciate it. My uncle, he had just turned 88, had a long life, great life. Thank you to Frank Apt for the laughing emoji donation. Thank you to Mark Gard, who says, thanks for all the work you do. Down with Antifa, done with the Biden AOC to lead Pelosi, Schumer, Nadler. There you go. Thanks, Retro Gamer 81, who says, ABL, did you pick up the lady in the RT debate at 3:30 because you definitely took her to school? Nice suit. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate you. And whenever I'm on TV, I never have on the full suit. I have on cargo shorts with the top. I have on like just the shirt, the blazer, the tie. That's it. And my shorts. I'm not out here, on some weird stuff, but just regular like beach tight clothes with a suit jacket and a shirt on. Thank you to Bernie Henry, who says, always a pleasure to watch and listen. I appreciate you for that. Thank you to, I cannot read that, it's in Hebrew, who says, just becoming an ABL a supporter. Thank you to Abu Bakr Off Puff Daddy, who says, ABL, Star Wars or Star Trek. I don't watch either one. I'm sorry. Don't shoot me. It's not my fault. Thank you to Minister P for the donation. Thank you to Apu Bakr, Puff Daddy, who says, ABO, awesome video on Officer Jakari Jackson. Hey, thank you. He did a really good job breaking it on down. Very good job. And you're going to see more guys like that come out and just speak common sense. We got to have much more of it for sure. Thank you to Joshua Cruz, who says, stay real, ABL. Your voice is important. I appreciate you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to Jenna Lynn, who says, have a blessed evening, everyone. Thank you for your donation. Thank you to Fried Cash. Thank you to Nippon, who says BLM equals Black Klan. Thank you to Charles Turner Jr., who says after the attacks on the churches and this ridiculous Smithsonian display, more people than ever are turning against the left. Exactly. 1,000%. Thank you to Garfish 307, who says one nation under God, indivisible. Thanks, ABL. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Thank you to Monster Blood, who says they laughed as they filmed David Dorn disgusting. Yeah, that was really crazy. Really, really crazy. Thank you to, let me see, Heavy Hauling Idaho, who says, me and my family love your videos. You would love Idaho. I love to come visit. It's probably beautiful out there. And thank you for your donation. Thank you to Praying for the Rapture, who says, ABL said on Thursday that it couldn't get any better than you going live 2 days in a row, but I was wrong. 3 days in 1 week tops it. You the best. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Thank you to KR Ninja 22, who says the demand for racism outweighs the supply. Exactly. Unfortunately, racism will never be eradicated as long as it's profitable. How else will these organizations make their money as soon as racism goes? Poof. Exactly. They're drumming it up. The media, everywhere, they're drumming it up to get money. It's pretty clear what's going on nowadays. Thank you to Charles Turner Jr., who says Washington and Oregon have not gone red since 1984. California last went red 1988. Hopefully one of these states turns red November 3rd. And that's an uphill battle. California, especially because of LA and San Francisco, it's an uphill battle, but hopefully they turn the corner and get out of the muck and the mire that they're in. California is beautiful aside from the cesspools that are in their cities. Thank you to Charles Turner Jr., who says Jay Inslee, Jenny Durkin, Ted Wheeler, Kate Brown, London Breed, Gavin Newsom, Eric Garcetti are all terrible and must get kicked out of office. Exactly. Thank you to Matthew Phillips, who says, I'm afraid I have to flag your RT video for misleading because Miss Everson has been referred as a political analyst by RT for the third time this year. 3 strikes, you're out. Just kidding. You're awesome, ABL. Thank you for that, man. Definitely appreciate you. Shout out to Orlando, who says more non-Native Americans are offended by Redskins than Native Americans. Exactly. More non-blacks rally at BLM rallies than blacks. Yep. The cancel culture was never an issue under President Obama. Ironic, huh? Exactly. This is all a political thing. It's not even about people actually getting upset or offended at the statues or anything. It's about, just politics. Okay. Like I said, if Black Lives Matter in Washington, D.C., paint Black Lives Matter in Southeast D.C., Minnesota Ave, right there, Murderville, rather than on, 16th, 17th Street, right in front of the White House. Okay, you're sending a political message. You're not trying to send one of hope and restoration, but I digress. Thank you to Shannon Lifer for the donation, who says Seattleite voting red in the House. Hey, thank you for that. I appreciate you. Thank you to Steve Cutts, who says Abraham ABL evening. How did it go from George Floyd's death, protesting against police brutality, to ripping down statues? Hoax. Exactly. 1000% hoax. Thank you to Justin Mooseman for the donation. Thank you to Abraham, who says, if BLM marches to Ted Wheeler's place like they did to Jenny Durkins, this will end the anarchy for sure. And I think they did that today, or sometime recently they did that. If I'm not mistaken, that could be wrong. You guys in the chat know better than me. I think they did do that. So if they did and they caused enough disturbance, this whole thing will be over with pretty soon. Thank you to Justin for the donation. Thank you to Son Goku, who says, what did you think about Mary Trump releasing the book about Donald Trump? I didn't even really pay that any mind, honestly. I've been seeing some things like she's doing interviews and whatnot, but I don't even look at it because I'm getting some of the highlights and they're talking about, Trump cheated on his test, stupid stuff. I'm like, man, come on. Ain't nobody worried about, like, you giving me like nothing. Okay, give me a bombshell revelation or bombshell accusation, something like that. Tell me that Trump used to sniff cocaine or something. Don't tell me nothing like he cheated on his test. I mean, I did that and I was a smart kid. But anyway, thank you to my man Killer Sushi, who says, so ABL, sorry I'm late. I was getting Grandmaster J gun lessons. I didn't learn anything. His gun kept jamming and he blamed it on me, on the white man. Exactly. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. Thank you to JDP, who says, thanks for what you do, ABL. Thank you for your donation. Thank you to LD Murray, who says, is Harden flipping the bird at the photographer, the NBA guy? I don't think so. Thank you to Happy Sheep, Dope Scopes, who says, great name, by the way. Will Bevelyn be charged with a hate crime? No, I don't think so. Thank you to Shannon Lifer. I got to go back to where I was right quick. Let me just scroll back up. Who says, by attributing white non-physical traits to whiteness, they can demonize or idealize people regardless of race and call it racist, appropriating victim cards. Exactly. 100%. Thank you to Joe Ryder 84, who says, liberalism is starting to be a mental disorder. Exactly. Thank you to Tony Boswell, who says, salute ABL in the chat, smash the like button and show support. Absolutely. Thank you to James G, who says, hello, ABL, will you debate Yaron Brooks? He is a world speaker on free markets, religion, and many more things. He is an objectivist. I believe it would be a great debate on conservatism evolving. I think I know what that is. I think I've already spoken to him before. I'm going to Google him right quick. Yaron Brooks. Okay. I've not debated him, but I've heard of him before. Yeah, I definitely be for it, for sure. Thank you to Brian Stevenson, who says, ABL keep making liberals mad again all day long. Can't do nothing else. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Thank you to Dainty NYC, who says, appreciate all you do. God bless you. Thank you to Alden Duffield for the donation. I appreciate y'all for that. Thank you to, let me see. I did the names. I'm sorry. If I'm butchering it, it's not my fault. Blame the white man. But anyway, Sisyphus Wins, who says, just finished part 1 of my Illinois concealed carry class. ABL listeners, stay strapped or get clapped. Hey, congrats on that. Go ahead and finish that class. Get your weapons and be good to go. Weapons, plural, yes. Get multiple weapons. And don't have nobody tell you, oh, you don't need more than one gun. Nah, do whatever you want. You got the right. Exercise that right. How about that? Thank you to Leo Mazzino, who says, I saw a doctor say face mask does not lower oxygen, but he just placed a mask on and checked his oxygen level immediately. Really? Exactly. Thank you to Jaraya, who says, Bevelyn Beatty should have used a paint sprayer. I definitely donated that. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Get a paint sprayer and get it done ASAP. It could have been her and her friend girl that was with her Go out there, spray it, and be done. In and out, like a thief in the night. You understand? Thank you to Texas Bond, who says, "Hey, bud, I'm proud to have found you and learned of your transformation. Amazing. And thank you, my friend. FYI, LOL, funny on a DNA test. 1.2% African and quite proud." There you go. Hey, you know what? You more black than Pocahontas, aka Elizabeth Warren, is Native American. So take pride in that for sure. Thank you to Actually Hamburgers, who says, "Do you not know what intersex is? There's more than XX and XY." I mean, come on, like, let's not play no games. Like, you talking about getting hit by lightning or something like that. Like, let's be real. Most people, 99.999%, are born male, female. That's it. That's it. Simple. Ain't nothing else. Thank you to Ryan Trimper, who said, "Thanks for the information and dedication. 100, no problem." Thank you to LVL, who says, "Oh, becoming a member of the ABL team. Thank you for becoming a member." Thank you to everybody for donating. Time for the calls nowadays. I mean, now, not nowadays. The number to call, 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. Super chat right here I want to address right quick. Gerardo84 says, "Do you think that a lot of black community will leave the DNC plantation and be conservative? Will you call a prophecy of this sort?" It'll be over a period of time. I think once people start to change, once the younger kids are coming up, hearing guys like myself and many others that are out there, all the guys that are on the YouTubes, all the guys that are becoming more popular, that social media, when they see it, they're going to kind of just get more involved with it and change their minds that way. It's going to be a gradual process, but it can happen, but it won't be overnight, not at all. All right, super chats. I'll get back to those towards the end of the show. And we got time for calls now. The number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. All right. Let's make sure that Skype is working the way it's supposed to work. And we'll go ahead and get to it. Let me make sure that my settings are good to go. Because I was on RT earlier. And the settings get changed when I'm on RT. Excuse me. All right, microphone and speakers. There we go. Calling online. Who wants to speak to 737?
Awesome. This is Santa from Texas. Glad to be the first caller actually in a while. So I want to ask a question relevant to the election season, that is. Do you think a lot of gimmicky and fake Trump supporters are being exposed again? And why do you think that is?
I mean, I don't really know. Maybe they are. I've not really seen anybody I've not really seen that happen, but it could happen.
Okay, the reason why I'm asking this is because I'm noticing a lot of Trump supporters in public again wearing the merchandise, but they're noticing they don't even like, I never seen a real Trump supporter and those that are, flashy and gimmicky get together and discuss, like, the priorities. You know what I mean?
Like, what do you mean?
Okay, the one that cares about the money and the merchandise and the attention, and the other one that actually likes discussing the issues. If that makes any more sense.
But why can't it be both?
Oh, I wish it would be both, but I guess a lot of
But I mean, I'm saying, but why can't it be both? Because I sell merch too, so I mean, I got a lot of subscribers, huh?
No, I'm not calling you. No. I like your intentions. I guess. How to clarify this? Okay. The thing is, they're only caring about Trump. Some are only using that because it's election season. But once, I guess also a lot of them, maybe it's not their fault. Maybe they get too complacent. Now you see where I'm coming from?
I don't really. Okay, maybe you're saying that some people are just fake and they're just trying to get money. But even if they are, first of all, how do you really know that? You don't really know that. But second of all, it doesn't really matter because if they're able to spread the message, if they're able to even just have on a Trump hat, just wearing the hat, right, and that's it. If they do something like that, that emboldens the rest of us, people that are kind of like on the fence and kind of scared about being political, that emboldens us. So it doesn't even really matter if they wind out to being fake.
Gotcha. Well, I thought maybe there was a spiritual battle with that a bit. The battle being, grassroots conservatives versus other kinds of conservatives. Do you see where I'm coming from?
No, I mean, it's not even really that deep. Like what's happening, it's not a conservative versus conservative thing. It's not even about that. Some people make it like that, but I don't do that. I don't do this. So oh, you're not real, I'm real. I don't really do that unless you in office. Now, if you're like a Mitt Romney and you're in office and you're doing things that are not conservative, that's one thing. But if you're just a regular person on Instagram wearing a Trump hat, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're not really real. You see what I'm saying? Because what are you really going to do?
Right. No, you bring up a good emphasis. I just think, I don't know. I care about the vote, and I care about the voter turnout, but I don't know. I want to, I guess, speculate further until the election season, gets going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even worry about that. Like, I think the main thing is just getting out there voting, galvanizing everybody to vote. People are going to be out there that are trying to be like opportunists, and that's fine with me. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter because it's not going to matter. What matters the most is people that go out there and actually vote. So if people are getting, if they see somebody with a Trump hat, they become popular, and then it inspires them to vote for conservatives, then mission accomplished. It don't matter what the person's intentions were. The actual goal is all I'm concerned about. So that's pretty much where I'm at with it.
Gotcha. Also, change the topic here, but I wanted to ask, did you cover the Frederick Douglass statue being removed?
I did talk about it, and on a live stream, I think I did.
Oh, okay. I'll try to look for it. But do you think that's gonna expose Black Lives Matter Marxist thinking right there even more? Because why would you go after a literal slavery abolitionist?
Well, they don't understand that. They don't know what's going on with Frederick Douglass. Like, these people don't. They defaced Black Civil War or Black World War II people. Like, they don't even really care. They just out there trying to get attention, trying to make something happen with themselves, but they don't really care about what they're actually doing.
Right. No, I agree. It's all wishy-washy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of silly at the end of the day.
And I think they tried going after one of the Black Confederate soldier statues in Massachusetts, and I'm like, so hold on a moment. Does Black history not matter in this case? I'm confused. What is this about? Is this about preserving the Black image of America or reforming it? They want to homogenize America for their own good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not even about the Black nothing. It's about just them trying to push forward political narratives.
I agree. No, I agree wholeheartedly, 100%. You know what? BLM, if Trump wins again, BLM is going to die like they did just a while back. They're going to die down out of trendiness, and everyone's going to be like, so what did I support BLM for? People got to learn the hard way.
Exactly.
All right, I'll go. But before I go, can I promote a channel that's on mine real quick? He's a very good YouTuber. Everyone's got to check him out.
I got limited time.
Guys, if you have time, please check out Hippies for Trump. That is Hippies for Trump, but instead of FOR, it's with the number 4. Dude travels across the country to many Trump and conservative rallies. Go check him out, please. You're missing out on a
I got you.
potential.
But you got to do real quick one. That's all you get right there. Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Thank you, man, for taking my phone anytime.
All right. A quick shout out. If you're going to do a quick shout out, don't give me the whole commercial. Shout out to my man, though. Good call. All right. Let's get to the next call. All right, call you on the line, 972. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, what's going on, ABL? This is Polymagetic. You may have seen me before. I make some donations sometimes, but you call me Pomogetic. But Polymagetic.
Okay, so how do I say it? Polymagetic? Polymagetic. Okay, now it's on my mind.
You got it.
I got it.
Okay. Hey, man, I really appreciate you. Just so you know who I am real quick, my wife and I both subscribe to your channel. I'm a white man. My wife's a Black woman, and we've been married for 16 years, and we have a wonderful daughter together. It's a wonderful time, wonderful relationship.
That's excellent.
Just to let your viewers know who I am.
All righty.
Hey, just want to make a point real quick I thought was interesting was, John Lewis, the representative from Georgia, died, was it yesterday?
Yes.
He died, and I see people on the left are praising him, lifting him up, and, for all the good work he may have done, I grant him that, and that's good. What I found was really interesting, though, was is that a lot of these folks who are tearing down statues are talking about these guys having a history of being associated with the slavery and all that. John Lewis was a strong advocate for abortion, and abortion is in principle identical to slavery. It's the ownership of persons, and the fate of the person is determined by the owner. That's exactly what goes on in abortion. The woman owns the child in her womb as property. It's the woman's property. And she gets to decide the fate of that child based on what she wants to do. And what I'm saying was, here's a man who advocated that, and they will uphold him now that he died, and they will honor him. But they can't see for a moment anything that the founders have done is good because, well, they own slaves. It's a total inconsistency in the whole issue.
Nah, I mean, I'm with you. I understand. I think people are they're giving John Lewis a lot of praise because he died, but these people don't talk about him.
Yeah, I'm sorry, and I grant him. Yeah, I mean, it's sad that he died, pancreatic cancer. I'm saying, I can acknowledge anything good that John Lewis did. I will acknowledge that, while at the same time saying, he did these bad things, but I can say at least he did X, Y, and Z, which was good.
No, I mean, I'm with you. Like, I understand. Totally. Like, I'm not the kind of guy that's going to be like, okay, because you died, now I'm gonna say you're just the best person on planet Earth. I don't do that. Like, I'm not gonna just outright disrespect you and say I hate him or nothing like that. I'm gonna say, okay, rest in peace and whatnot. But I'm not gonna sit here and be phony and pretend you were somebody else that you were not.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I agree with you 100% on that. I'm with you 100%.
Right.
But that's what I wanted to point out, is that people, I noticed them upholding up Johnson. I thought that was awful funny that they'll point out how he's done good things. But then when it comes to, like, anyone in the past with America, any white man in the history of the founding of America, like, oh, well, they did this, so let's have no memory of them. Let's just get rid of them out of the public square altogether. It's like, well, hold up now.
Exactly. People like Nathan Bedford Forrest, anybody from that far, or Robert E. Lee. Robert E. Lee wasn't even, he wanted, like, they wanted him to fight for the Union, but he did not want to go against his own state, so he fought for the Confederacy. And they're talking about him being the worst thing on planet Earth, but John Lewis is a saint. So it's just kind of like, everybody, every man has flaws, and we can't act like that's not reality.
Absolutely. And you can even turn, you can go so far as you look in the Bible, the men, and like in Hebrews chapter 11, the men that God acknowledged as faithful people all had flaws. Some of them killed other men. Some of them committed adultery, but God was able to see that these were still faithful men. So why can't we have that same ability to see anything good that someone's done? It's like everything, like if someone does anything now, if it has any hint of something, we have to dismiss the good they've done altogether and just wipe out any of that and just say, well, look, they've done this, so let's just toss them out once and for all.
Right.
Yeah, that's totally broken. That's a broken way to look at people altogether.
Absolutely.
So anyway, hey, I'll call you back again some other time, but I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, and I'll be watching you. Keep up the great work, brother.
All right, thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, shout out to the caller. All right, caller, who am I speaking to?
Hey, what's up, ABL? This is Valentine from the Valentine Show. How you doing today, brother?
Everything's good, man. Can't complain.
All right, great. Look, I'm gonna go with you through a couple scenarios, and I believe I'm Christian, so I believe that things happen for a reason. Check this out and tell me if this is not insane. John Lewis dies, right? Which is, Angela Stanton King, right? She's in the same district, and she's running for that seat for Congress. You know that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he dies, right? So I love Angela Stanton King. She's, oh my God, this woman is a powerful black queen. Let me continue. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is in the hospital now, right? Who knows? I'm not wishing death on nobody, but who knows? She might not come out the hospital. I mean, she's a old lady. She's a frail lady. She should not even be in the Supreme Court no more, because just how much time she's been there, and just to enjoy her life just because of her age. I continue. Trump, I don't know if, and it hasn't made the rounds because this is actually something good towards for his reelection. Trump said that he will sign an executive order with a path to citizenship for DACA recipients. And this comes because the Supreme Court, the ruling that they did, that they said it wasn't a ruling basically on the legality of DACA, which is illegal according to the Constitution. I think it's Article 1, Section 8, which does not allow presidents, the executive branch, to do any immigration law. So they said, oh no, we're not shooting down DACA. We just don't like the way you did it, President Trump, basically, right? And actually, I forget his name, the black conservative, Clarence Thomas, judge, he was railing against the other fellow justices, right? So what I'm saying is that Trump is gonna now legalize DACA, right? Because of the bad ruling that the Supreme Court did. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is now in the hospital, so most likely Donald Trump is going to promote this other lady. I forgot her name. I think something Garland, I think is her name, that he had on the list before. And then this guy, John Lewis, dies, which is we're trying to take back Congress. And there's a pro-life, anti-BLM Angela Stanton King running for that seat. Do you think this is all coincidence, all of these things lining up for the 2020 election? Or do you think that there's a divine hand behind this? What do you think, man?
I mean, there could be a divine hand, but at the same time, I mean, Ruth Bader Ginsburg had cancer before. She's 87. I mean, I think from the beginning, when Trump got elected, I knew that Ruth Bader Ginsburg would be on a chopping block at a certain point, whether she would unfortunately pass away or retire or not be able to complete her, her role because she's just too sick. So I knew that back in 2015. This is not like a surprise. This is something that we could have been seeing. And John Lewis had been sick for a while with cancer as well. And I knew that he was up for re-election. And I knew that Angela Stanton was running. So it's like some things you could just kind of predict because they have to happen. And other things, it could, I don't know. Like I said, it could be divine. All the stars could align. It could be God intervening, or it could just be the way things had to be anyway. It could just be already kind of written already.
Damn, but what I'm saying is that everything is happening like right here at how many months we have to election? 3 months, something like that. 3 months to election, and everything is happening like so close to the election. This is all I'm seeing, and I'm seeing like, damn, everything is crazy. As a matter of fact, I think that whole DACA thing, I think President Trump is going to use that to his advantage, and in my opinion, I think it's going to solidify his 2020 re-election campaign. In my opinion, right? Because the Democrats are not going to have another choice but to either it's going to be an executive order from the president, and they're not going to go against an executive order, or they are going to have to deal with it in Congress if it's a bill that comes through Congress. And as we all know, Republicans control the Senate and Democrats control the House. And the only place where there's going to be some resistance to a bill to legalize immigrants, remember, he's a quote unquote, he's supposed to be the anti-immigrant president, is going to be in the House, and is going to be from the Democrats. If the Democrats want to take it to the president in the House for DACA, they're going to forget about it. I think they're done for 2020, in my opinion.
Yeah, I believe you're right on that, 100%.
One more last question, and I know you don't talk about this subject on this channel, and I don't either, right? I don't either. I am not a conspiracy theorist, but I don't know, man. The dominoes are falling like one behind the other. Let me give you a name, and you tell me what you think, man. Ghislaine Maxwell and Chrissy Teigen deleting 60,000 tweets and blocking 1 million people on Twitter. The question is, why? Have you seen some of the tweets that
I saw some of those? I didn't look too deep into it, but I did see some of those tweets. I can't really call it. Like, it could be a couple of things. It could be that she was trying to remove some evidence, which is going to be impossible because, the internet ain't going to forget. Once it's out there, it's out there, and you're not going to be able to escape that. Or she was trying to just prevent them from getting retweeted over and over at her. I don't really know what's going on with that. I can't really say for certain. But I think what they say, where there's smoke, there's pretty much fire. So,
hey man, some of those tweets back like from 2011 are really horrific, man. To be honest, I mean, and it's not looking good for her. But Anthony, thank you so much for what you do, my brother. Can I give a shout out to myself here?
Go ahead.
It's not gonna be a commercial, all right?
Yes, please, quickly. Go ahead.
The Valentine Show on YouTube. Thank you so much. God bless you, brother. Take care.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate you. All right, shout out to the caller. And thank you all for being here. The number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. The number is always in the description box, and it comes by occasionally on the ticker that's right here below. And if you like what you're hearing so far, give me a thumbs up. do all that good stuff on the video, like the video, share the video. And if you're not subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. That'll help me out tremendously. And if you want some of the merch, if you want the hats and whatnot, hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, and more, visit ablmerch.com. That is ablmerch.com. Links for everything will be in the box. Alrighty, let's get to the next call. 240, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
It's your boy JB. What's up, brother?
Everything's good, man. Can't complain.
Hey, man. Things getting crazy out here. It's getting crazy. Like, did you also hear about, like, in Washington, D.C., we've got a lot of black people, a lot of quote-unquote protesters breaking in buildings. Like, they just broke into my sister's restaurant.
Wow.
They just broke into my sister's restaurant. Yeah, they're going around breaking windows and destroying stuff. They're not stealing stuff, they're just destroying stuff, which is stupid and dumb.
I mean, like, what's the point of destroying a restaurant or property, like, where you could break in but don't even steal nothing? Like, you just doing that for no reason.
Yeah, it's stupidity as utmost. And the thing about it is that they condone it down here. Everybody's saying, well, they have a point. They're just frustrated with life. No, you're an idiot. And then I saw your show today with, what's her lady's name on RTL? Oh, my gosh, she makes me sick. Well, it's a start, and you do realize they're giving us our own money back, you moron. It's our own money. You know what I'm saying, ABL? And you say that to us, our own money, we take it back. Where do we get the money from? Because the government don't. It's our money.
It's our money.
The people pay taxes. You know, what's your point?
It's like a tax return.
What's your argument? Yeah, and it's a dumb one. Well, they spend $1 trillion to keep the government. Well, you're an idiot. You're an idiot because the thing about it was they forced to stay home. So that's why they gave the stimulus check. You stupid. Oh my God, these pro-black. I swear to God, they don't think. Hey, it's getting crazy. And then on top of that, I'm watching videos about that black cop who says the white people are telling the black protesters not to speak. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, yeah, I've heard a lot about that. I've seen a lot of that happening. And it drives you crazy because, like, what gives you the right not to talk to somebody, ask a question? Because and this goes back to what I always tell them. I said, they want you to stay ignorant because ignorance is easy to control.
Right, exactly. If you don't know anything, then they could tell you whatever they want to tell you. You just believe it.
Exactly. And you fall for that all the time. Like, and I'm riding through here, like in D.C., where I'm at right now, I'm doing Caviar food deliveries. You heard of Caviar? It's food delivery service. Not advertised for them. But, yeah, so I see Black Lives Fist with a rainbow going through it. And I'm like, yep, see, they converted the cause into something that makes them into the homosexuality world. They have. And I say, it's not right. It's not right. You corrupted the movement. It's not a movement anymore. For black people, it's for LGBT and what's the name? And yeah, and brown people. It's a black movement. It's a black movement. You know what I'm saying?
That's
LGBT
right.
is anything they get anything they want. Basically, they get anything they want. They get it signed in the office. They get it. Black Lives Matter get nothing they want because they don't want nothing. They just want to stand out and take donations. That's all they want to do.
Exactly. That's all it is.
Hello? Yeah. And another quick question is I want to ask you about the if I get online, I'm going live. I'm trying to talk fast and you got a lot of people on the line. Last was I beat it. And let me tell you something. That's the whole SJW game. Like when I say, yeah, it got a little crazy. Yeah. That game is trying to promote homosexuality to the utmost. It's alright. Like they had like, okay, I'm not gonna say I just beat it. And you figure out you still playing ABL? You playing it yet?
Yeah, I played it. Like I got to past the part where they had the ranch.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you seen little sex scenes they having in or anything? Getting kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's like, man, I ain't trying to see. Like, I'm just trying to enjoy. You giving me way too much stuff that's going on. I don't really want to see all that. So I think I'm pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just too much at one time. Then the story plot goes on and on and on. Like
it's too long.
Pregnant. Okay.
Yeah, it's too long.
I'm like, dude, just get to the action. But anyway, ABL, keep the good work up, brother, man. And chat room, hey. We try to get ABL to 1 million subscribers for the year's over. Let's do it, people. I've been advertising my Facebook page, being called coons and all kind of sellouts. So ABL, I'm rooting for you, brother. I'm putting your posters out there, brother. I'm getting backlash like a mother for it. All right, ABL. Have a nice one, brother.
All right, now, peace. All right, shout out to JB for the call. Most certainly appreciate him. And thank you all for being here. You guys are the best audience on the internet. The number to call, 434-658-1220. And let's get to the next call. Let's do, all right, 225 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, it's Brooke.
All righty, what's going on?
Hello. Good. I'm finally glad that someone speaks about the conspiracy theories. Did you know that they're trying to change the word like pedophile, like the definition?
No, I didn't know that. Are they trying to change that? Seriously?
Not really, but you know how the Democrats, like, they try to change they're trying to brainwash people about what they want them to believe, just like abortions. They like try to justify that killing babies is okay and everything. Well, pedophile, the definition of pedophile literally means a person who is sexually attracted to children.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're trying to make them seem like it's not their fault. Like, it just means someone who loves kids. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. But, you know, it's not surprising because I knew that they would kind of like go down this road, you know, because like with the whole gay marriage thing, I knew that would be what they would use as like the entryway, kind of like the ball rolling downhill, because people would just be okay with it. They wouldn't really have a big problem, people that's gay getting married. But then they would go from gay marriage to, well, what about if you're a young person, you're under the age of 18, can you get married? You know, then now you're getting into really dangerous territory, and it just kind of goes downhill from there. But that's what the left does. That's why they call themselves progressive, because they always, quote unquote, progress into the next extreme, to more extremes. You know, first is let's let weed be legalized. Then it becomes let's let everything be legalized. Let's let everything just happen. And when that happens, you have free out of Washington, Los Angeles, California, Portland, Oregon. Not good places to be right now.
Yeah, it's terrible. Have you seen The Fall of Kebab and Out of the Shadows? Have you heard about it?
I've seen some of that. It's like a documentary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some of that.
Do you believe it, or?
Well, I didn't watch all of it to get the full understanding, so I don't really have an opinion.
And, sorry, I want to say something. People commenting, this isn't my first time calling, people commenting that I sound young. I'm 20 years old, so if y'all want to comment something that actually matters.
It's all right. It's all right. Don't even read that. It's all good.
Okay. But if you've seen all the stuff, what was her name? Don Legend's wife, Chrissy
Teigen.
I don't know. Yeah. Have you seen the video of her, like, saying that she would, like, has she asked someone if they wanted to eat human meat, if they would be okay with that?
Yeah, I saw something like that. Yeah, it was crazy. And I've seen others do the same thing. I think Courtney Love had something like that. And I think Lee Daniels, the guy that did the movie Precious, he was saying something about drinking baby's blood. I mean, you get to wondering, like, what are these Hollywood types really into?
Yeah, they are crazy. Like, the people we look up to, we all know the Democrats have the news media by the balls, but people are finally starting to realize that it's not just the news, it's these celebrities and Hollywood altogether.
Right, yeah.
They have them all.
Exactly.
Where we are being programmed. And, I don't know, have you looked into Justin Bieber about that?
Now, what did he do?
So he has a few controversial songs, like Yummy, and Where Are You Now, or Where Are We? And the song Yummy, you should watch it. The video, he's dropping hidden messages. Now, people don't know if he's promoting it and, like, he's in on it, or people don't know if he's warning people. But in the other song, Where Are We? If you see in that song and you pause the music video, you can see so many hidden messages in that song. Like, for example, Obama's name is on the wall, and it's like you see these pictures. Pizza was on the picture. Y'all know about Pizzagate and everything. I guarantee, go watch the song, and if you pause it, you'll see. Or if you put it in slow motion, you'll even see better.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and if you look up Yummy, that's the name of the other song, Yummy, deep, like the hidden message behind it, you'll see it's crazy. I fell down deep in the rabbit hole.
I see that. It's all right though. I know I've been down the rabbit hole a few times myself. That's how I got to where I'm at right now. But hey, I got a few more calls on the line. Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, same to you now.
Bye.
All right, shout out to the caller. Yeah, I've been down the rabbit hole more times than I could count, for sure. No, that's where I live at, really. I got a house in the rabbit hole. All right, let's get to the next call. All right, caller 216, you online. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, this is Charles.
All right, Charles, what's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going, ABL? Hey, so just, first of all, a great start to the show, and man, after I was going to say, after that Smithsonian thing, man, I sent out your video, and I sent out others, but especially yours, some family and friends, and and as I mentioned in my super chats, the police getting, harassed and assaulted, the statues getting torn down, all that was bad enough. But after the churches and after the Smithsonian putting crap out like this, like if this isn't going to convince anybody with half a brain, I can't think of what else, will convince a lot more people, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, no, exactly. And just think like 4 years ago, I also wanted to ask, because you have alluded to Black Lives Matter. Are you seeing any similarities between now and 4 years ago with all the crap that BLM was trying to pull?
It's the same thing. The same exact thing.
Yeah.
I had a tweet that I put out, I think it might have been July 6th or 7th of 2016, and it was the exact same thing that was going on that day, talking about defunding the police, because what is a pattern that goes on. You got Black Lives Matter, somebody gets killed, it could be any kind of random person for any kind of random reason, justified or not, it doesn't really matter, and then they use that as some kind of thing to spark all these so-called protests. They go out here, they're doing all kind of stuff. You got the politicals of kind of when they've been and acquiesce to whatever, talking about, oh, okay, we're going to defund the police, we're going to redirect money, all this and that and the third, to keep the riots from happening. It's the same old thing. It's the same old song that goes on all the time. And I knew that it would happen because it's an election year. I predicted it. I was like, hey, 2020 is going to be crazy because it's an election year. They want to get Trump out. The impeachment didn't work. The Ukraine thing didn't work. Tax returns is not working. So what do you have left? Insurrections in the street with so-called grassroots people, although we all know that it's being paid for by outside interests.
Right. Paid for. We all know, like suspected, like some George Soros and all, and of course, Brandon Tatum was also mentioning the innocuousness of left-wing crap, like in their names of organizations. Black Lives Matter, they don't, we know that, and Planned Parenthood. But after David Dorn, Patrick Underwood, Lorenzo Anderson Jr., very sad when his dad appeared on Sean Hannity's show on the beginning of this month, and in other instances, it's like, it's just very, very apparent. I just had an idea, as I mentioned. I'm sure and many people in this chat would agree that the reason why more folks are not speaking up, I think the biggest reason, maybe, but not only just because of the mob mentality, but people are scared. A lot of folks are scared of losing their jobs. Do you believe that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. People don't want to lose their jobs. People are kind of afraid. Like, not everybody has my luxury of being able to have their face and name out there and say what I say. It's hard for people because you still got to eat, still got to take care of your kids, and everything else is difficult.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I had an idea, and again, most of us here in this chat, most human beings, in general, regardless, black, white, Puerto Rican, candy striped, man, woman, no matter where you live, just want to, do the right thing, pay your bills, live your life in quiet dignity. But I just got an idea here. Guys like yourself, and doing what you do, and anybody in here, if anybody in here is retired, or a friend or relative is retired, or he or she is an independent contractor, maybe have them speak up, have them be more proactive and do it. Because for those of you who are in a position, if you're not sure if you can speak up, if you have to be silent or get involved, like try to do something. And I don't want to try to be veiled when I say fire with fire, because we cannot. We just have to push back. And enough is enough. It's just cannot be going on. Dignified and turn behind the road. No, none of that. I don't. If anybody wants to say that in the chat, that's fine. But that's not going to do a darn thing for us at all.
I'm with you.
More like. Yeah, no, exactly. And finally, man, I just got one more thing. I know there's a lot of
quickly, please, because we got like no time.
Yeah. No time. Yeah, any Black Leadership Summit or any other events, coming up. I know we still got COVID on virus, but any of that going on soon?
I've not heard anything, so I don't know. It's gonna be hard because if we do the BLS Summit, that'll be in November, and it's already July. It'll be August pretty soon here, so it'd be kind of tight to make that happen. Hopefully we do have it because it'd be perfect. You're talking about inauguration, re-election. It'd be perfect, but I just don't know if we're going to be able to do that by November.
Right. That and Politicon and other events. In any case, I'll stay tuned. Very good to talk to you again, Anthony. Take your man. You rock. You're the man. Keep doing what you do.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Okay. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right, let's get to the next call here. And the number to call, 434-658-1220. All right, caller. What's going on, man? I can't hear you sound, boss. I cannot hear you at all. All right, try to call me back. Sorry. Yeah, if you're listening to me, my man, from up there in the mountains, I know you are. You might need to go to your settings in your Skype and make sure that go to settings, go to audio video, and make sure that you have the proper microphone selected. So when you are talking, you can see the volume go up and down. All righty, so let's get to the next call. Okay, wow, the calls just coming in so fast. Mike from Queens, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Anthony? How you doing?
Everything's good, man. Can't complain.
Yeah, man. Wow, 665,000 subs now?
Hey, it's up there, man. It's just really blowing up, like really crazy.
Congratulations. It's kind of funny. I saw there was a guy on YouTube that did a video, and he was talking about on how you and Brandon Tatum on how your subscribers have been skyrocketing. Brandon Tatum just cracked 1 million, and I like some of his stuff. They said Amazing Lucas lost like 50,000 people within like a week span or something.
Hey, when his content is going a different direction, so if you build a platform and your content is one way, and then you do something else, people don't want to really see it. It's like if all of a sudden on this channel I started posting, I don't know, like just random videos of home construction. It's like, what is this? I didn't come here for this. So if your content changes, you're not going to keep your base. And that's just pretty much what's happening.
Yeah, and not only that, but you have, I remember when you had 50,000 subscribers, and I remember when you first started doing the live streaming. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I think he stopped calling it because he's been busy. I actually recently got together with, you remember Dan Patrick?
Yeah, I know Dan Patrick, yeah.
Yeah, we hung out a couple of weeks ago for the first time. We were trying to get together over like a 2-year span. It just never happened. So on 4th of July, I went by his house out in Long Island, and he had a barbecue, and we had a great time that day.
Oh, that's great, man. That's excellent.
Yeah, and it was cool because we met it. We met through your social media platform, through your stream.
Right. That's fantastic, man. Great.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out a couple of things because I know it's very difficult to get in now. As you try calling, because some nights I try and the show is over and it's like, oh damn, I said I could have called into ABL, but I think also too, you see all the stuff for Black Lives Matter. All the people that are in the upper tiers. Do you think this has anything to do with Durham's investigation? Because I believe he's supposed to release his findings at the end of the summer, and a lot of the stuff they're talking about criminal charges being against some of these people in the Obama administration.
Well, I mean, it definitely could be that.
I mean, I don't think they're going to snitch on each other because there's a two-tier justice system, for people like me and you, but I definitely want to see some. I definitely want to see some people brought to justice there because the way they went and got that dossier. Listen, we know what they put this country through for 2+ years, but it's crazy. But I'll just leave you off with this. It's been great. Have you seen the people attacking the Black Lives Matter mural?
Oh,
in front of Trump Tower.
Oh yeah, man! I saw. They're on my Instagram page. I saw the one on. I think it was yesterday. It might have been a transgender person. I don't know who that was. Like that person was hilarious. Like what they were saying, talking about de Blasio, that was funny. And then they had Bevelyn Beatty, the black woman today. That was excellent, fantastic. I love it.
And then you got some of these memes where they have the yellow writing across the street. I saw one, get an effing job. Get an effing job. And I got a friend of mine that I work with. He's like, he goes, I'm tired of all this Black Lives Matter stuff. He goes, I want to see someone take a Dodge Charger and put a 100-foot skin buck across that. I mean, listen, I think everybody's in agreement. If the organization and the movement had any kind of substance, like if they really tackled the real issues, the fatherless homes and all the stuff we've talked about on numerous occasions, they would be considered legitimate. And I don't know how you debate that woman, that video you did today with that debate on RT recently. I watched it just a few minutes ago. That's hearing that woman's voice like nails on a chalkboard.
I'm just being professional, just doing my job the right way. I don't even mind that. I just get my points out there and let everybody make their own mind up. And I see by the comments that I'm pretty much in the opinion of the majority.
I mean, the reparations argument has got no substance. Who do you give it to? How many people were in the country at the time? There was a big boom in immigration. At the turn of the 19th century and the early part of the 20th century. So there's a lot of people that are in the country that have no lineage to it. But what was it? The 600,000 Union soldiers that died fighting in the Civil War. And what about the trillions and trillions of dollars that's been spent on welfare over the last 55, 60 years?
Exactly. Like all of that, it's like it doesn't even really matter. And the whole thing, like the people that are advocating for it don't even know what to do. The mayor of Providence, Rhode Island, it was hilarious because at the very beginning, he was like, well, the question of who gets it and how much, that's not a question for today. It's like, really? If you're announcing reparations, why not ask that question right now? Wouldn't that be the actual central thing that you're going to be able to tell me? Because they're not going to ever do it. Nobody knows how to do it, and they're not going to do it. It's just promises and lip service just to get woke points.
Exactly. And I'm not talking about the black community with their welfare. I'm talking about all the communities.
Yeah.
There's lazy people in every facet. And I'm just tired of hearing the whole thing with the police brutality. The scientific evidence doesn't support their arguments. That's the bottom. That's case closed.
Exactly. There you go, man.
So, all right, bro. Thanks for taking my call, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.
I thank you for the call, man. I appreciate you.
Take care.
All right, great call from my man Mike from Queens. Reparations. Somebody said in the chat I was reading just now. Somebody said that black folks should not have to pay tax. So the question is, who's black? Huh? Who's black? Because we've already gone through this with the native reservations. That's where the whole term $2 Indian, $3 Indian comes from. You see what I'm saying? People were getting kicked out of the native reservations because they weren't really native, and you got to prove how native you are, all this and that and the third. People like Elizabeth Warren talking about she native, but a DNA test came back and it was like, 0.124, like a fraction of a percent. Most white people in America are more native than she was or is. You see, so it's like, who gets it? You're talking about Sean King, aka Talcum X, Martin Luther Cream. Okay, who really gets the monies? And if you are like Kamala Harris, 25% black at best, do you get money based upon the percentage that you are black? And if you're 100% black, you're probably African, and you weren't even here during slavery. Your parents, you probably came from Nigeria in 1960 or something like that. Why would you get any money? It doesn't make any sense. And then on top of that, the money would come from me. Or I'm sorry, the tax benefit, the tax break. It's like, how would you be privy to that if you don't have any ancestry that links to slavery? Or if you were enslaved somewhere else, like let's say you came from the Caribbean, you came from the continent of Africa, you came from South America, Brazil, or something like that. How do you even know? And what if you have certain family members that come from other parts of the world? But if you're a black person and you're like most black people in America, probably about 70-30 black and white, or 70-30 black and something else. Okay? People like Angela Rye, 30% Irish. Obviously that name, Rye, is Irish. So it's just so dumb. Like, if you're going to have any kind of cash payments or reparations, it should have been back at the end of slavery. So you're able to identify the slave owner and the slave. That should have been how it worked. Simple as that. 40 acres and the mule should have happened in 1865, not in 2020. Because now things are so convoluted. You got immigration and everything else going on. Punish the government. What government? Ain't no government. The government is us. That's what's going on. There is a government, but it's us. There's no actual outside entity to punish. It's us you're going to punish. You're going to punish me to pay me. Let me get to the next call. 404, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hello. Hey, Anthony. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good, Anthony. I ain't spoke to you in a month of Sundays. You must have thought I had the COVID, Anthony.
Hey, I don't know what's going on. I'm just doing my thing.
I had it, Anthony, but guess what? I made it through, Anthony.
Oh, you had it? So
keep a good training. You can't keep a good training down with no COVID, Anthony.
Hey, I'm glad that everything's all right. So you must be in favor of the mayor shutting down Atlanta, huh?
No, Anthony.
You're not?
Then I can't go to the Bulldog, Anthony.
Oh yeah, that's right. You still got to be out there doing whatever you want to do.
Yes, Anthony. Don't you know Gay Pride Atlanta is coming up next month, Anthony? I got to be out there, Anthony. We're not shutting down nothing, Anthony. Straight vote for Trump, as long as we can get out there to my Bulldog.
Hey, whatever you doing, that's your business. Hey, I can't do nothing about that.
Mhm. And Anthony, you heard what happened over here, Anthony? We was out there riding, Anthony.
Riding where?
At the mall, everywhere, Anthony. I got me some TVs, some bras, and everything, Anthony. I got all kind of stuff, Anthony.
So you out there riding?
Trump hat.
So you got a Trump hat when you out there riding?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you got something good rather than just dumb stuff like what else you got.
Whatever, Anthony. You know what we did with that anyway, Anthony. But anywho. And where your MAGA hat, Anthony? Why you don't wear your big MAGA hat, Anthony?
Oh, so I got other merchandise. I like these hats. These are ones that I make.
Well, I bought one of your hats, Anthony.
What'd you get? Which one you get?
The ABL hat, Anthony. That's the one I got, Anthony.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good. I'm glad you got some merch. Appreciate you.
I wear it to the Bulldog all the time. And everybody asks me, what that ABL mean? I'd be like, it's ABL, get on his show.
Okay, yeah. The advertising, I don't need that over in that establishment. So, but it's all right if you're wearing it. That's fine.
But Anthony, I want to ask you something serious though, Anthony, because I know you heard about Mr. Lewis over here. He done passed away. He checked out on us today, Anthony.
Yeah, I saw that.
So what you think about this woman, Angela King, over here? She's supposed to be some kind of Republicans or something. I don't know, Anthony.
Oh, Angela Stanton King. I met her a couple times. Really good. She was on the Breakfast Club and toured to pieces. She tore Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy, Angela Yee to pieces. If you ain't seen that, you got to watch it. Everything she said was right on point.
I don't know about that training stuff she was saying on that, Anthony, but I mean, she is like Jenny from the block, Anthony. I'm thinking about putting my vote behind her, as long as she ain't trying to shut down the bulldog, Anthony.
Hey, go ahead and vote for her. You know, as long as you don't do nothing crazy and try to come for her kids, then that's fine. Because what she was saying is that the doctor was trying to tell her daughter, that's 15 years old, trying to ask her what gender do you identify with, and she wasn't really feeling that too much. No, you don't think that kids should be talking about being transgender, do you? No, the answer is no. All right.
Well, anyway, Anthony, they gonna make the decision when they get of age anyway, Anthony. But anywho, I love my life and I'm living the best life I can live, Anthony. But anyway, Anthony, I ain't gonna hold you on your show. I just want to know, because I might just vote for this woman, Stanton King, since she's vouching for her, Anthony.
Yeah, go ahead and vote for her. Vote for her. You know, I mean, what you got to lose? I mean, what's going on in John Lewis District?
I got a lot to lose, Anthony. They might be coming up here trying to get some of these TVs I done got, Anthony.
Hey, if you're there selling TVs and you're going to go to jail, they find you. I mean, that's your fault.
Whatever, Anthony. I'm finna go, Anthony. I got to go out here to the TML rally, Anthony. Trans Lives Matter, Anthony. So, bye, Anthony.
All right, now. All righty. I've still not figured out who that is. That's obviously some dude calling in. I don't know who it is, trolling, acting up, but they're an informed troll. It's somebody that I know, but I've not been able to identify who it is yet. Matter of fact, they said they had the virus. I might know who that is. I might know who that is. I ain't gonna say nothing though. I'm gonna approach them and say, "Yo, you calling my show, sir? You calling my show trolling as some transgender dude? What's going on?" All right, let's get to the next call. 254, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to? 254, I cannot hear you, boss, if you're speaking. All righty. Let me get to the next call. Let's do 907, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hello.
Hello, caller, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. This is Paul Lawrence up in Ketchikan, Alaska. How's it going, Anthony?
Everything's great, man. How about yourself?
Oh, not too bad. Did you hear that the state of Oregon is suing the feds over the protests? I just heard this this morning.
You said what now?
The state of Oregon is suing the federal government over the implementation of their of the law enforcement during the protests when they were protecting federal property.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy because the only reason why the federal government is there is because the local authorities cannot keep it under control. Ted Wheeler got on TV or whatever that was, some kind of virtual press conference talking about, oh, well, things were dying down. The rally, the so-called, the crowds, the so-called riots not as bad. It's like, sir, what was actual plan here? There was protests every night for 5 weeks before the federals came. So how long was it going to continue before you just did something? People are suffering. People are getting injured. It's crazy.
Yeah, I saw your video on that, and I completely agree. I'm prior military myself, so the stuff I'm seeing is conducive to a third world country war zone environment.
Yeah,
and I'm dead serious on that.
I mean, that's what it looks like to me. You know, I don't doubt you for 1 second.
Yeah. What we do in the military when we have situations like that, we take out the instigators and throw them to the wolves and call it good, and usually it falls apart.
Right, exactly. And that's kind of what's happening right now with the federals. That's why they're trying to sue, because people are getting snatched up in unmarked cars. It's probably the leaders right there. And like I was saying in the video, you kill the head, the body's dead.
Yeah. And I gotta give props to Terry Crews. he says how it is. Got people, Black Lives Matter
it's not Black Lives Matter, which is exactly what it's turning into, but it is starting to fall apart, and people are starting to see it, and people are getting scared.
Right.
So, and it's like I work in the maritime industry, so I'm gone 4 months at a time, and it's you. I personally, I don't care if you're white, black, or whatnot. As long as you can do your job, do it correctly, and do it safely. That's all I care about.
Exactly.
And
that's all that really matters.
Yeah. And there's no one really understands that. And then what people also don't talk about, well, let's take a step back there. Take a step back and talk about the 22 veterans every day that die of suicide.
Right.
They're not talking about that. They're not talking about how that all these police officers that are doing these things are a very small percentage, very small, and that the cover in like the Portland police officer talking about when someone wanted to talk to him, a white girl would pop up and tell him to F the police and everything, and it's like, come on, you guys,
right?
Knock that off.
Exactly.
But it's
yeah, man.
I'm just it's. And then you're talking, and then you also got these governors that are doing reinstituting lockdowns, and there's a lot of people that are getting pushback to that now because they're sick and tired of it. And hey, Newsom, how much are you getting paid when there's lockdown versus not? Oh yeah, that's right. You get paid the same amount. How about a small business owner where he's got to decide between putting his food on the table and obeying your law?
That's right, man. Right on point. But hey, I got a lot of calls online, so I'm going to get to a few more. Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Yep, no problem. Thanks a lot, Anthony.
All right, thank you.
Stay safe.
Appreciate you. Shout out to the caller. All righty. All right, boss, can you hear me?
I can hear you, ABL. Can you hear me, my man?
I hear you well.
Doing good. I'm turning down my television set to keep it real for us.
All righty.
I hope you're all right. Before tonight's live stream, me and the boys went out to a Vietnamese restaurant. We had our pho. We had our banh mi sandwich. And man, a spring roll called a goi quan. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, the goi quan. Yeah, I had that.
That's some good food. Oh, Lord. Well, ABL, you hit on so many things tonight, and it's always good because you're just bringing a perspective that is so worthy to be sifted through and looked at and rolled over in the mind. So I've got some things for you. First of all, who would have ever thought that the great Ozzy Osbourne would be a modern-day prophet? Check this out. From his song Crazy Train, the lyrics go, one-person condition to rule and control, and the media sells it, you live the role. Think about that. Going off the rails on a crazy train. Well, the situation in Portland, your last caller really made a great point. It does look third world. And I'm just wondering, are we ever going to be able to get away from that? I mean, if they want to do their own thing, then you go do your own thing and don't make me pay for the mess. I mean, how hard are we going to be able to do that? Because these people are just straight up acting like fools, man.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I mean, but what can we do about it other than send in federals, to handle the situation? Because obviously they won't. And the people outside of the cities up in the Northwest, they're conservative. It's just the urban areas that are all nuts.
Right.
But yet the people who are the conservatives, they're the ones footing the bill. It's just, it's really, it's tough to stomach. You mentioned earlier something that is kind of off topic, and I'll get to topic here in a minute, but Michael Vick, there is a person to admire. Now, I do not support the cruelty to animals, but this man, after Tony Dungy visited him, in prison. Michael Vick comes out, turns a new leaf on life. He does not declare bankruptcy on all the money that he owes the Atlanta Falcons. You know what he does?
What's that?
He paid off his entire debt to the Atlanta Falcons. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
If there is going to be a name for the award for Comeback Player of the Year in the NFL, I suggest it's Michael Vick, because that man has certainly made the idea of redemption in America very visible. And everybody's got to give a name into that, because that guy has certainly turned over a new leaf. Something that is, really critical to understand about this whole whiteness thing, why is it that the left is so intent on breaking down every structure that gives stability to America? Why is that?
Because without it, you have, I got like a crazy background noise is going on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's all right. I'm gonna just try to give I think it's good now. But anyway, without the structure that you have to keep things in line, then you were able to take over the country and implement whatever you want. It's just like when you overseas with the Muslim, when they come and take parts of Middle East, they break apart society, break apart the structure, and then they insert their own ideas. That's what's going on right now. Just like what they did over in UK. It's a preview. There was a statue, I guess, of a slave trader or somebody that was up. They took that down, and then they put up guerrilla style. It wasn't even sanctioned by the city. A statue of a random black woman with a fist up. Like, that's what they want to do. Rather than having that image, let's put in our image. And we can do that. If we break apart society, we can implement changes that we want to have.
Yeah. Yeah. And see, and with that, there goes our country. Something you mentioned earlier about BLM, domination and control. Do you remember the woman from Michigan who was confronted by the black woman outside of the restaurant?
Yeah. I remember that.
Do you recall her demeanor when she tried to speak with the black woman at first before she got Pistol Mary? She was crestfallen, and she was just trying to explain herself, but she couldn't, because she was being shouted down, cowed, and submissive. I don't know where the backbone is for people in this country to stand up to this type of bullying, but we talk about it all day long to our children. And it's a big thing in schools. Last thing, I think we need to dump or put a dump truck full of money in front of your house, ABO, for what you're doing. Here's what you need to do, brother. Okay, I think we need to get in touch with Netflix. All right, and earlier this week, me and my kids, we watched "I'm Gonna Get Your Sucker." Right. Well, yesterday I exposed them to what's happening. You hip?
Okay.
Okay. The new What's Happening, politically incorrect. We've got ABL as Raj. We have Jericho Green as Rerun. We have Terrence K. Williams as Dwayne. We have Candace Owens as a grown-up D. Silk as the mom. And Diamond as Shirley in the restaurant. We could make millions, man. I'll hold the microphone up for you. But totally appreciate you, man. Keep on preaching the truth. And last thing, that dude that's the leader of NFAC, I wouldn't take that brother squirrel hunting, because we're going to go home hungry.
That's right. The shooting was really bad. It was terrible. Hey, man. Thank you for your call. Definitely appreciate you.
No problem, brother. You be good.
All right. Let me get to the next call here. And thank you for being here. Definitely appreciate you guys. If you like what you're hearing so far, give me a thumbs up on the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. And if you're not subscribed already, I don't know what you're waiting on. Go ahead and subscribe right now. And let's get to the next call. The number to call, 434-658-1220. Call in the line, 1-2-917.
Hello?
Yes, who am I speaking to?
Hello?
Yes.
How are you?
All righty. I got some feedback in the background. Turn your speakers down for me, please.
Oh, forgive me. I actually calling you just now. Is everything okay? Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Oh, excellent. Hey, okay, I just want to, I'm not going to beat around the bush or anything. Let me just ask you, the whole thing with the reparations and everything, give me a reason, for example, why should black people not pay taxes? For example, given the fact that you're trying to give it to the black people, why should the black people just not pay taxes and everybody else giving it to them?
So what's the question? The question is why should we pay taxes? I don't understand your question.
Yeah, why should if the reparations are going to go to the black people, why should black people then be paying taxes? How about let the black people start paying taxes and everybody else, contribute into the taxes, giving the black people a reparation?
I don't really understand. So I guess you're saying we shouldn't be paying taxes if you get reparations at the same time, because if you get cash payments or anything, yeah. I mean, like the whole thing doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, because if you're going to have reparations and it's just for black people, how do you identify who is who? That's the main thing you got to worry about, because if you see me, you know I'm black. There's no real denying it. But it's like, do you go based upon how black somebody is? What if somebody appears to not really be black, but they are black? What does black mean? What DNA makeup must you have in order to be considered black? It's just so many questions that don't make any sense. And then it's like, okay, how are you not going to pay taxes? And what could happen is all kind of fraud that goes on. People would just shift money into a black person's account and then not pay taxes on it to engage in tax evasion. It's just so many things you can do with that. It'd be fraud rampant, people not knowing who's who, and then you would just lose money in the coffers of the United States for no good reason, for things that don't even really make any, like, it doesn't make sense to actually do that. So I don't really understand the whole thing.
I totally agree with you there, but there is one thing. I actually had a colleague speak with me. I'm honestly against the whole reparation thing. Like I said, it makes no sense. However, he did bring something very interesting up. He brought up that he is part of his ancestors were slaves. Now he has dated it back, and it seems it's true. Even the fact, like you said, what's called, you don't know how much of a part of a slave you are. Now the question right there is really interesting. I'm not really exactly sure how to put this. Forgive me, because English isn't exactly my first language. So he actually said something very interesting to me. I asked him, why should we all pay taxes in general? He said, it's teamwork. Now, gotta be honest, yeah, that's silly. But he actually caught me by surprise there. Teamwork by who? For example, me, like I said, I came here when I was 11 years old in 2001. Why should I pay, for example, to somebody to whom I have not even learned about? I don't even know this person. But he actually pointed out the fact that even though I'm living in this country, the fact that I'm living in this country is just itself, I have the benefits of this country.
But see, that's something right there. You see, he says that since you live here, you benefit from the country. But the issue is that we all benefit, black people too. So if we live in the country and we benefit from the country, how do we want to benefit more than others when we didn't actually go through anything? It's just kind of weird, because the whole thing is they'll say, okay, the sins of slavery, that's what has caused the black community to be where it's at. So how do people come over here from other parts of the country, of the world, pardon me, with nothing sometimes and make something run themselves? Why can't anybody do that? If we have nothing, why can't we do what others that come here with nothing do? It doesn't make any sense. So the whole thing, the whole logic behind it is not logical. Anybody trying to explain it is not going to explain it very well, because it's not a logical thing to even really be engaged in.
Yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying. Yeah, just tracing it back, he was telling me tracing it. I think he was like 132 parts. Now that's kind of silly, giving the whole thing about reparations now is like giving how much if my for example, if my friend who's his grandfather, for example, if he's just come from slavery and he's pure slave right there, how would you how much money would you give to him versus a person who is the 132nd slave?
Right, I understand 100%, babe. I'm sorry, I got to cut the call right here. I got more calls on the line. Thank you for the call.
No,
Definitely
actually,
appreciate you.
I was actually just about to say bye.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually glad to have caught you.
Okay, well, I thank you for...
Congratulations. Congratulations on your subs.
Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
All right, now. All right, shout out to the caller. All right, caller, you on the line. I'm speaking to 617.
Yes, it's Ivan, man. Hey, your YouTube channel keep talking instead of you.
Because it's a delay, obviously.
No. I say you. You keep talking. I guess you went with a lady. She was an activist, and they showed about reparations. Like neither of you want to be qualified to be talking about reparation because you guys haven't done any studies about reparation, any research about.
How do you know that? Where are you getting this information from?
No. Okay, tell me about the black farmers in America. What happened to black farmers in America?
What about them? What happened?
No, I'm asking you. You say you.
I mean, it's a lot going on, so you can't just say what happened.
Tell me
in
what
general.
happened. What happened in the 1868 all the way to 1920? What happened to black
all right. So
farmers?
tell me what happened. I don't know nothing.
I'm not gonna tell you. Then you see.
All right,
you haven't
then.
done any study.
Okay, so I've not done any studies because you found one piece of information that I don't know about, and you say you haven't done any studies. Okay, so that's a great way to prove your argument right there. But go ahead.
Let me phrase it this way. You have done more study than Dr. Johnson and Dr. Clara Anderson.
I know Clark Anderson. I know you're talking about Powernomics. I've seen all his stuff. I know exactly what you're talking about. So don't even do that.
But that's my question. So you have done enough research to.
So if I've not done more than Clark Anderson, who does this for? That's his whole thing. That's his whole career's life work. If I've not done more than him, wait. You be quiet. So if I've not done more than Clark Anderson, that means I'm not qualified. I've not done anything. Again, you're not proving your argument very well, sir. And you know what? When I start talking, what happens to you is that you just get totally silenced. Nobody can hear you at all. You're only allowed to speak when I don't speak. So go ahead now.
Oh, okay. All right. So neither you are qualified. I mean, either.
Oh no, you're right because I didn't do more than Clark Anderson. That means I'm not qualified. I got you. Go ahead.
She's a black activist, and you're just an entertainer.
Okay, I'm an entertainer.
Like everything is racist.
All right. So what you're gonna do right now is get to your point.
Because that's what she gets.
What you're gonna do right now is get to your point, and you can get to your point, and then we can keep on going amicably, or I can hang up. So your choice is yours. What you gonna do?
It's okay for black people to pay taxes. Is going to contribute for reparation for Indians, American Indians. What is okay for black people to pay taxes to reparation for farmers in the 1800s all the way up to now? And what is okay to pay taxes during the Depression to benefit bankers, white banks, and no black banks? Can you tell me that? Can you give me an explanation?
Okay, reparations. What do you mean by that? We're talking about the natives.
So why it is okay for black people?
So you're not listening to the question. You didn't hear the question. Just be quiet. Just keep your mouth closed and open your ears up a little bit more. The question was reparations to Indians. What are you talking about specifically? Be specific on that one.
We pay insurance, health insurance for Indians. They have a guaranteed life insurance. We don't have guaranteed life insurance. We got to buy it. I mean, at least you qualify for Medicare and stuff like that, but you got to buy it. They have their own land. We don't have a land. Black people don't have land. They got neighborhoods, but they don't control the neighborhoods. You cannot go and live in a Indian land, even if you have $10 million if they don't want to sell it to you. But white people can go to our neighborhoods, increase the property value, and kick us out.
Well, that's not the same thing because you're talking about native lands. Wait. No. You're talking about native lands that's owned by them. Like that's not federal jurisdiction. You're talking about native jurisdiction. That's tribal lands. It's not the same thing as the federal government having land. That ain't the same thing at all. So you can go ahead and just move on with your next point.
Why they get theirs and you don't get yours though? So
get what? Okay, well, I mean, like I said in the debate, that should have happened right after slavery was over with. See, they had treaties and stuff back then with the natives back then, not in 2020.
Yes, land for infrastructure for the Indians, but they don't pay for you. Why?
No, see, you're not listening again. What I said was if we were going to get reparations, it should have happened back in 1865 or right in that area, so you're able to identify the slave and the slave owner. We're talking about in 2020 trying to give it retroactively in ways that don't nobody even really know about. The left that keep talking about reparations don't even really have a clear plan about how to give it, because they're not going to give it. All they're going to do is make promises to do it. So nobody really wants to do it, although they'll tell you that they will.
Not done in the study. Why we have not done in the study?
Come on, man. You think you just said that Ivan, be quiet. You just said that people have done studies, and I've not done enough. I've not done more than Claude Anderson and everybody else. So you're saying that we've not done studies, but there's already studies that's out there. All you got to do is just have the government call Claude Anderson and everybody else who's done the studies, and Bob Johnson, Johnny Cochran as well, because he was doing the study too before he died. Tell them to give it to the government, and then they got all they need right there. Okay, you can outsource third party. You got your study done right there. We know what's going on with the reparations. We know what people want. There's no more need to do any kind of other studies that we've already done. What's the purpose?
So then you could start working. If you bring all those historians that have done the studies, you bring the economists, then you know the impact they have on black people, because
what's the impact? What's the impact?
Well, the impact for farmers, all the black farmers, when they couldn't get guarantee loan from the government, a lot of these farmers left their farms to come up north to work for minimum wage jobs. I don't know if a minimum wage law was there, but anyway, working low-paying jobs, the lowest of the bottom on the north. They abandoned their farms. These farms today, they were millions of dollars.
So is that why they left? Is that why they left? Is that why they left? Because they couldn't get loans from the government?
They couldn't keep up. It was a problem with growing the food about.
Oh, okay. So the land was bad. Okay, so money would have fixed the land. So money would have fixed bad land. Okay.
No, because they could have survived. But how you think the bank survived during the Depression? How you think the bank survived during the 2008 credit crunch? Because the government, the federal, print out money for them. Why black banks did not get money for the PPE loans? Even the black billionaire, the guy that for Viacom, he put a video on YouTube about it. Most black banks did not benefit.
Oh, you talking about Byron Allen? You talking about Byron Allen?
Yeah.
No. So, Byron, hold on. Who you talking about? You talking about Byron Allen or somebody else?
No, it's a black, the one that used to warm.
Do you know his name?
I think. I can't remember.
Oh, okay. So you don't know. Okay, you know who you're talking about. Okay, I got you.
Who he is, I just don't remember.
Oh, okay. You don't know who you're talking about. Okay.
I follow him. He has some good input.
Okay.
But like I said,
find his name out.
Why you keep saying that it's not okay to do a study for the history of your own people? I just don't.
Are you black? Are you black?
I'm not a black American, but I'm black though.
Okay, but you're not a black American. Okay, so you're trying to tell me. So you're trying to tell me what I should be doing. So you're trying to tell me what I should be doing with people that got my same ancestry, and you're not even come on, like what are we doing? I know what's best. You don't. I know what it is. We got all kind of things going on right now. You got all the government benefits, all the government handouts, all the affirmative action. All these things make us more dependent upon the government. It'd be more of the same exact thing we've been had for a very long time that has not worked. Before the government dependence, we were doing better as a people, as black people. Okay. Reparations would be more of the same thing. That's exactly what it's going to be. And can anybody tell me that can anybody tell me that I'm lying? So you've been for a little bit too long. I'll give you like 10 seconds to wrap up.
Expert. You're not an expert.
Okay, that's nice.
You're an expert?
Huh? Yeah, I'm an expert. I'm an expert. Yep. I'm an expert, and have a good night. I'm an expert. So today, you know what? Since in the spirit of all the wokeness, I identify as a reparations expert. How about that? And if you tell me anything different, then you're a bigot and you're a racist and you are an expert phobe. How about that? Let's get to the next call. The number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. You know what? I've heard that your own people lying from white liberals. I hear that all the time. My goodness. When they try to tell you what's best for you and saying, oh, you don't want to do it for your people. It's like, how you going to tell me what's going on? I know. I'm here. I've lived it. I breathe it. Let's get to the next call, though. 904, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, my name is Sean Connor from Jacksonville, Florida.
All righty, man. What's going on?
Is this Mr. Logan?
Yes, it is.
Mr. Logan, it's a pleasure to meet you, my friend. All I wanted to say is this, man. I had a little bit of, every day I watch you. Also, I watch the Conservative Twins, and I wanted to point out that aside from what they're showing on the TV every day, I mean, as far as black and white America goes, in my community here in Jacksonville, Florida, everybody still seems to have the same regard or the same level of respect for each other. But a question I wanted to ask you, sir, is whether Trump is reelected or not, how will that affect our country and our race relations going forward?
So are you asking me, like, if he does or if he doesn't, like, what's going to be the race relation thing going on?
Yeah. All right. So if Trump wins, what's going to be the fallout or the unifying factor? Or if he does lose and Biden wins, what's going to be race relations then? I mean, are we just going to be like giving everybody everything they want, or et cetera?
I think that it'll be the same. And the reason why I say that is because what's going on right now is just the election. And there's a lot of tension being drawn up over the election. See, it wasn't this way before now. It wasn't all this racial stuff going on. There was some, I guess, but not like to this extent. You know, it was the same thing going on in 2016, and then all of a sudden just kind of went away after, I guess, the budgets for BLM and Antifa and everybody else dried up. You know, mission was not accomplished. It could not get Trump out of office or keep him from getting into office. It'll be the same thing this time. When he wins again, the budgets will dry up, things will kind of die down, and you won't have so much racial strife. And really, the truth is that I think people are getting more close together. You have the people out there rioting and protesting. Those do not really reflect general Americans. Most normal people are not really, like that. But some people are getting caught up in the news. Once the news dies down, it'll die down in general.
And you raised a good point there, because I want to ask you this question, and I'm so privileged to be able to ask you this, sir, at this point. Do you think there's a hidden Trump voting block there? I mean, whether it's white, black, or whatever. I think there's a lot of people out there right now that they're going to vote for Trump, but you just don't see them right now because of all that's going on. Do you agree or disagree, and why?
Oh, yeah, I agree. They're definitely there. And, they have all these polls. I think the polls are misleading because a lot of people don't really want to admit that they're going to vote for Trump, or they're kind of uncomfortable saying it because they don't want to have the social fallout. That's the main thing. And I think it was the same thing going on in 2016. People thought that Trump had no chance. The polls didn't show him winning, and you saw what happened. And Hillary Clinton was a much stronger candidate than anybody else was that was running in 2020 right now for the Democratic Party. So now you got Joe Biden in there. Weekend at Bernie's. It's going to be pretty much Walter Mondale 1994 all over again.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. I mean, obviously everyone knows this, but I have to hear the Logan breakdown on this. All right, whether Biden is hiding behind the trees when the debates come, or it's in front of all of us, as it should be, give me your shakedown, if you will, of the Biden-Trump debates.
Oh man, it's gonna be kind of bad. If you ever seen somebody get like in the boxing ring with somebody that just kind of like way outclassing them, I mean, it's gonna be like, man, throw in the towel, like from Apollo Creed, Rocky. It'd be like that. It'd be really crazy because Biden is not there. I think everybody knows it. People that are trying to say that he looks great are just lying. Trump, on the other hand, looks great, high energy. It'd just be a shellacking. It'd be really bad.
Yeah. So I won't take too much more of your time, but let me ask you. I mean, obviously, give me a 1, 2, 3 points. Talking points, debate. Trump wins 1, 2, 3 on which subjects?
The economy, law and order, and
yes, sir.
I think security, national security.
Okay. I won't take any more of your time, but I want you to know, sir, I love you very much, and you're a true patriot. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Same to you. All right, shout out to the caller. Hey, I cannot wait for the debates. I can't wait. I want the debates because Joe Biden, I mean, it's going to get ugly. Bubba Sparks, remember that song back in the day? It's going to get ugly. It's going to be real wild. Whoopi Goldberg, Color Purple. You understand? Like, it's going to get ugly. Let's get to the next call. 910, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Yes, sir. This is Dalton Shockley from Lumberton, North Carolina.
All right, man. What's going on?
Going good, man. Nice to talk to you. I'm a real big Brandon Tatum supporter, and I found your channel through his, so now I'm flipping back and forth between y'all all day when you're posting. So y'all keep me pretty entertained. A lot of serious things that y'all talk about, but also I just love the personalities and the way that y'all approach putting the information out. But I wanted to ask a question. I seen that he's got the Tatum Report website coming out. I didn't know if you were going to have something to do with that or not. He didn't really drop any names, but I just didn't know if y'all were going to work together on that also, or if that's just kind of something he's doing.
Well, yeah. Hey, whatever he needs from me from the website, I got him. I don't know anything about any specifics, but whatever he needs from me, I'll be involved. So, hey, any kind of way I can. I have my website, so I'm sure we'll do some collaboration between the websites, and I may have some things that are on his website as well. So you'll definitely see me there. I'm just not really sure about what capacity.
Okay, well that sounds good. And if I could figure out what your website is, or if you could put a link in maybe one of your next videos, so I could get that one too, then I would definitely help out with both.
Oh, definitely, absolutely, man.
Well, I appreciate it, ABL, and you have a great night, man.
All right, thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, shout out to the caller. Yeah, so my website is anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN. Again, ANTHONY, the letter B, don't get triggered by this, LOGAN.com. I'll put that right there in the chat box, and it's also always in the description box. Alrighty. So let's get to my next call. 989, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Andy.
Alrighty, man. What's going on?
Nothing. I'm just calling to let me turn this computer off. What do I say? I'm trying to say we need to be cautious with labeling white Americans as racist. And the way I'd like to explain it to you is if you and I hang out and you introduce me everywhere we go as a thief, it's really not going to bother me. My family knows I'm not a thief. My cousins know I'm not a thief. My coworkers know I'm not a thief. But if you keep doing it and then they start to doubt me, what do you think is going to happen the first time that you leave your wallet on the table?
Yeah, I see where you're going. It might come up missing because now it's already out there. It's like been kind of just beat into you. It's kind of like ingrained into you. Is that what you're getting at?
Right. I mean, if you treat somebody like a thief, they're going to become a thief.
Yeah.
And it's the same with the racists. And eventually, white America is going to come to snatch the wallet. Now, they're smart enough to know that they're trying to pit us against each other. What we need to do is come together and fight the common enemy, which, in my opinion, is the Democrats.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're right on it, man. I'm with you.
And that's just the way I see it.
Absolutely.
And all this race thing and everything else. It's just crazy, and people don't understand that whites do not fear blacks, and they're not afraid of blacks. And when the bottom line comes down to it, they're just as willing to go to war as anyone else.
Right.
So we need to be on the same team and fight the same common enemy.
I mean, that should be what we're doing, and I think that once we get past all this stuff, all this division, we'll get back to the same page. And I think during this, this manufactured fake division from the media, from the politicians, I think during this, we're starting to see where we are more the same rather than different.
Yeah, and they're not going to be there to back anyone up either.
Right.
You know, I'm going to tell you, Mike Tyson was talking about your mama. Mike Tyson stole the stereo out of your car. Mike Tyson did this. You can take him on. Go ahead. And when you and Mike Tyson go head to head, you're going to turn around and ain't going to be nowhere to be found.
That's right.
You know, so I don't know. I guess that's about it.
Well, thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Yes, sir. But,
all right, shout out to the caller. Let's get to the next call. 843, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Sean. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. How you doing?
Everything's good, man. Can't complain.
Awesome. Hey, a couple videos ago, I reached out to you and asked you what you might know about QAnon and Roger Stone. Said you didn't really know anything about him. I thought it was really important, though, to tell you. You see, Roger Stone works with InfoWars, or has worked with InfoWars in the past until they started getting banned. And if you really start diving into to who he is, you come to find out, you know, what they really did to him was pretty messed up, trying to basically throw him away for life, basically, in his old age, just off of process crime, something that, you know, if you and I had ever done, or excuse me, if the Democrats do this, like Hillary Clinton has the emails and the Benghazi stuff, if you and I had ever done anything like that, you know, we'd be gone forever as far as prison sentences go. But you know, they kind of you know, bent him over a barrel just because of his age and his conspiracy with Trump and InfoWars, things like that. Have you heard anything about that before, though?
As far as what specifically?
Well, basically his how his trial went, what he was really arrested for.
Oh, well, yeah. I knew that because the whole thing was about just trying to get Trump. So it wasn't even about Roger Stone. They were just trying to get him to lean on him to try and get some dirt on Trump. So maybe he would snitch or roll or something like that. That's all that it was, because the whole process crime thing, I mean, if they're going to get Roger Stone on that, then why not anybody else like Hillary Clinton, Lisa Page, Peter Strzok, James Comey? Why not the whole cabal? I mean, the whole thing was a dog and pony, just what do they call it? Kangaroo court from the very beginning.
Yeah. If you also look on Mark Dice's YouTube, you'll see a really interesting, it's like an hour-long interview with Roger Stone, and he just breaks down, you know, everything they did to him, and just this really dirty stuff, and it's just, you know, it's just another lens into what they'll go and do to somebody who really loves America, who cares about America, but, you know, they want to silence them. The other thing I want to talk to you about, as I mentioned, QAnon. Now, I don't know everything about QAnon, but I do know that there's another YouTube channel out there called X22 Report. Really interesting because it's a guy who basically broadcasts the inside doings of QAnon, which apparently they're like a high clearance into the government, like second behind the president. This is just what I hear and read. But they talk about, you know, the goings on, like, you know, what the next moves are in like the Epstein case or the Ghislaine Maxwell case. Just really interesting stuff. I think that, you know, if you really want to get some insight on the deeper part of this time, I guess you'd say, that includes the virus and that includes the Epstein case and just many other things, and, you know, how deep that rabbit hole really goes. X22 Report and InfoWars are like really, really good news. It's almost as if they predict what's going to happen days or weeks before. Just, you know, last thing I'll say is InfoWars, I've been listening to them for years, and he's been talking about Epstein for years, and I kind of ignored it. And then when it popped up, the guy gets arrested. I'm like, well, geez, Alex Jones has been talking about this for God knows how long. So it's something to look into. So thank you for letting me on. I don't mean to take up too much of your time. I like listening to you. Yeah, keep it up, man.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right, bye.
All right, shout out to the caller. And thank you all again for being here. You guys on the drill, the number to call is 434-658-1220. Do not be afraid to call. It's all good. All right, let me get to it here. 816 on the line. 816, can you? Yes, I got a lot of background. That's a lot of background noise. It is me, but a lot of background noise. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I have to answer. You have to answer a few questions. Oh my God, is it really you, ABL?
Yes, it is.
Okay, listen. Oh my God, I'm through tonight. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, this is what I need to know, ABL.
Alrighty.
I've been watching you for a minute, and I love you. You the man, okay? I watch a lot of Candace Owens, Tatum, and all this and the other, but you the man. I like the way you firm. It's about you, your show. Okay, let me go on. Okay, what I want to say is, as far as the illegals, can you be an illegal and vote?
They're trying to do that, but I'll tell you this. Technically, you can't do it on a federal level, but over in California, they were having illegals, or not illegals, non-citizens voting in local elections. Okay, that was official and on the books. But check this out, though. If you don't have to have an ID in the voting booth, why can't you just go down there and vote with somebody that's dead? Or somebody that's just not there, still their identity, because a lot of the illegals.
So can the illegals vote?
They shouldn't be doing it legally. It's not permitted legally, but they can. Because look, check it out.
That's what the United States done came to.
That's where we at.
Because you know what, I looked all the way back to Reagan and Carter. You know, I'm going back because I'm like, damn. Sorry for the cussing. I know you're not no cussing, but I'm like, dang. I'm like, dang. Have the Democrats and Republicans always been like this? And I had to take it out. I went all the way back to Reagan and Carter, and it was not. It was not. No. And I done lost family members. I'm Trump 2020. Trump is good. I don't give a dang what. Trump is good with me. He got a Netflix. He got a Netflix special. You got to watch it. It's so beautiful. Frontline. It's so beautiful. And I tell you, that 2020, election, not 2020, but that 16 election, shut up, Coco. With him and that's my dog. With him and Hillary, that was one of the ball. I still watched that in 2020. Okay. Let me say this. Oh, I'm so glad I got you. I got something to say. I donated to you. Wait a minute. Just hold down. I'm gonna let you go. I know you got a lot of people. So illegal, like, can Antifa people can they get into our election? You said, yeah, they can?
What you mean, is like far as voting?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they can vote.
Are you kidding me? That's so sad. That is so sad. Are you kidding? So that's, really? Black Lives Matter. LGBTQ. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Antifa. Just taking everything off of our black, and what it's supposed to be is not what it is. I'm not with that at all, ABL. I'm not with that at all, Anthony Brown Logan. And I know you're going to be like, I gotta go. But no, you got to wait a minute because I'm just getting on. ABL, I'm so happy to be on. And I'm going to have to watch this again because I got you paused. But ABL, So our election, I mean, okay, so you know what? I'm black, as you hear. I'm black. I'm a black lady. So I don't, I call them little Ray Rays. Them little Ray Rays.
Mm-hmm.
You know our little Ray Rays in the community and all that. They our little Ray Rays was not. That was organized. After that George Floyd and that happened, that was organized crime. That wasn't our little black dudes in the neighborhood.
That's
but
right.
Yeah, if you gonna go ahead and bust a window, yeah, we gonna go ahead and maybe take something, come on out, since it's already busted. I mean, I'm 100. Since it's already busted, I mean, you got them little Ray Rays to go ahead and do that. I call them little Ray Rays. And yeah, they gonna go ahead and do that, but no, ABL, no, that was not us. I love Trump. 2020, I voted for Obama one time. Me and my dad before he passed. Oh, that was a beautiful day. We voted for a black man. Hey, you know what Obama did? Nothing. And I have done my research on Trump. He got a Netflix special, and Trump don't. Like, I love Trump. I am a black person. I'm like, what really got me into politics, and I might do me a YouTube, and I might be on your side, and I might be one of the coons. But my name is Leah. My name is Leah Johnson. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. And they've been down here trying to protest and tear up. We got a plaza area down here, and it's nothing. I mean, you can't go shopping. I mean, it's all, you gotta have money, but they got these little hood rats, these little Ray Rays down here protesting. No, they should be arrested. Because when y'all say it's over, it's over. Our governor, I mean, the way they do our police officers, it saddens me. I bought 3 guns, ABL. I bought the last 3 guns in the pawn shop. I had to fill out the paper, and I had to wait. And yeah, I bought 3 of them. I paid about $500 for them, all 3 of them. I'm going to go to the shooting range. Ain't been yet. I'm so goddamn broke. I'm sorry, I'm cussing. I'm so broke, I got to wait till I get paid to buy bullets for them. So anybody come here tonight, they about got me. But, no, it's not funny. But what I'm saying is, shut up. Come on. He can't come down the steps. Come on. He down here. So it's just, President Trump, he's the man. He can't do no wrong in my eyes. I'm going to get out and I'm going to vote. I got when he sent me the stimulus money, I bought the hat, I bought a T-shirt, I bought some straws, I bought some pendants. I spent like $100 with Trump, and he still texts me with that 880. Oh, I just love my president, and I'm black. And I done my research on Trump. I love Trump. He's the only one. His wife, I love Melania too, because she don't play. She don't step on Trump toes. You know what I'm saying? It's just, oh my God, I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm talking to ABL. ABL, I love you. You do what you do. I love you, ABL. You have supporters. I share. And I'm gonna have to get on the cone train on ABL. I promise. And I'm gonna call you back. And then my name is Leah Johnson. And I'm gonna say, well, Leah Johnson, you have to shout me out so I can get some people and blah blah blah. And, I'm giving my point of view.
Yeah, go ahead and do it. Start that channel. Okay, do that.
Yeah. And I done heard you say that, but from the first time Trump came in and been on the same train, he ain't changed. That Obama, I don't know about him. I don't know. We got free Obama phones. same-sex bathrooms, same-sex marriages. Why is that? Wait, I want to say this. Why is that so important?
Because
what you do in the four walls of your bedroom at night they say the Brady Bunch man was like that. They say the Brady Bunch man, but he got a job to be somebody else. And that's what you do. Paid him good money, so many seasons, and that's that gay stuff is just what you do why are they trying to put it on that show? That gay stuff is just what you do at the end of your day. It's just what you want to have sex with between your four walls.
Right.
But when I want to go buy a cheeseburger, I just want to go get a cheeseburger. When I go pay my car insurance or pay my car note, I don't care if you're gay or not.
That's right.
That's all I want to do. But at the end of the day, now, that Brady Bunch man, they say they can say, that man took that to his grave. They can say what he want to say about it, but even if he was, he played a family man. He was a perfect role for it. He done it, and whatever he did between his four walls, at the end of the day, that's what it was. This is Leah Johnson, y'all, on ABL, and I may start my own channel because I'm telling you.
Lee, look,
keep it real.
Lee, you got to hear me. Look, you start a channel, do the channel. When you do it, I'm gonna promote you, but I got to end the call because I'm running out of time.
Okay.
It's been an excellent call, though. Thank you for calling.
I'm gonna call you back.
All right.
Call you back. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody. My name is Leah Johnson, and I'm for Trump, and I keep it real. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye, ABL.
I know.
Everybody take care.
Take care.
Trump 2020.
There it is.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Shout out to Leah. Shout out to Leah. Hey, I'm telling you, Leah, start the channel. Do it. Because that was an excellent call. I gotta end the calls right there. Actually, a little bit, because I got super chats I gotta read too. So if you weren't able to get in, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. But yeah, I have to go ahead because I don't have any more time anyway. It's like 10:57, so I gotta go ahead and just end the calls right there. If you weren't able to get on, I'm sorry. You gotta try it again next time. But super chats, I gotta read those. I got a few of these on deck, and you guys have been great all night, super chatting and Patreoning and PayPal and everything else. And shout out to everybody that bought merch. I thank y'all. Yeah, you guys have been great. Excellent show tonight. So super chats, I'm gonna read those. We got about 15, 20 more minutes. Don't go nowhere. Just get something cold to drink, good to eat, and sit your hind parts on down. Thank you to U.S. Trailers Manufacturing, who says, U.S. Trailers sends our condolences. Talking about my uncle. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate you. Thank you to Wash by His Blood _ Yeshua Emmett. That's one of them pro-black names, ain't it? Who says, wanted to let you know Wayfair situation is much bigger than people first thought. There's lots of political celebrity involvement, might be connected to Pizzagate, Clintons and their foundations and more. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Thank you to Agatha Wojciech. Hopefully I said that right. It's like a Polish name. Who says, you are amazing. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Thank you to Michelle Marvel, who says, so grateful for the feds helping us in Portland. Lots of people saying dude who was picked up was doing nothing. Wish we had video of what he did. He did something. Exactly. Thank you for that. Thank you to JJ Money, who says, you're my favorite black man next to JOP, Denzel Washington, and Mike Tyson. Hey, that's a good list to be in. Thank you for that. Thank you to Prepper Chris, who says, we need black Republicans like you, ABL. We can't win with this. Thank you for that. Thank you to YouTube user 533 for the popcorn emoji. Thank you for that. Thank you to Dainty NYC, who says, appreciate all you do. God bless you. Thank you for that. Thank you to Alden for the donation. Thank you to A Human, who says, hello, ABL. I have to say thank you to YouTube for suggesting you to watch. I think their algorithm didn't expect God's hand to fix it. There you go. Keep it up, man. Thank you for that. Most certainly appreciate you. Yeah, because one day, like when I went on Brennan Tatum's channel, and at the same time I had a really big video, those two things just kind of connected and just hit the algorithm and just shot me off. So Shout out to my man Brandon Tatum, of course, who just hit 1 million subscribers. And again, congrats to him, 1 million subs. I'm trying to get that too, so y'all help me do that. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe right now and click that bell as well, because when you do that, you get notified whenever I go live and or post a new video. I post videos 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, and I go live on Wednesday and Saturday, and I go live on Brandon Tatum's channel on Thursday. All the times I go live are 8 p.m. Eastern. I end at 11 p.m. Eastern over here, or 11:30, somewhere around then. On Brandon Tatum's channel, it's like about 10:30 or 10 o'clock on his channel. All time Eastern time. All right. Let me see. Oh, here's a good one right here. Julian Bueno says, my neighbor is from Nigeria and says democracy is a white man system. Your thoughts? Well, it's funny how Nigeria was doing better under English colonialism than it is right now. So how did that work? I mean, if it is a white man system, let's just say it is. If it is, does it work or not? That's all that really matters. I don't care who system it is, who started it. You know, I don't care nothing about nothing. I mean, if it works, it works. I don't care who started, who invented the car, as long as it drives when I put the key in the ignition and get on the road. I don't care who invented the plane, as long as when I get in it, it flies my destination. It doesn't really matter whose system or who made it. All that really matters is, does it work? Nigeria used to lend money. Nigeria used to lend money to South Korea. Now they borrowing money from everybody. They're importing rice. So it's like, you know, if a system works, then it works. Let me see. Thank you to Jimmy B, who says Democrats have abandoned the message of MLK about judging a person not by skin color, but rather by their character. Exactly. Thank you to Shanette Quad 617, who says, ABL, you are my hero. And when you come into Baton Rouge, Louisiana, hey, whenever I can get traveling again, and whenever this whole virus thing dies down, I want to get back traveling, because that's what I really enjoy traveling, going different places. But what's the point when you got to quarantine and, you know, you got to suffocate yourself on the plane? I can't wear a mask, you know, like I can't cover my nose up. I'm used to being able to breathe easily through my nose, and I can cover my mouth up and I'm fine, but my nose, so it's like I can't really wear the mask. And so I don't even really want to deal with it until they get that whole thing squared away and fixed and tightened up. Take it to Joe Ryder 84, who says, do you think that a lot of black community will leave the DNC plantation and be a conservative? I think I answered that one already, but I think a lot of us will leave. Thank it to Greg T, who says, tired of the mask, Trump 2020. I'm right there with you, boss. Thank it to Alden for the donation. Thank it to Rock Boozhound, who says, oh, just became an ABL supporter. Thank it to Abraham, who says, the Taliban also destroy statues everywhere that they march. Exactly, that's what they do. That's why I was saying earlier about the Islamic invasion. They come in and tear down statues because they want to tear your history and your culture down to implement their own. That's how it goes. Thank you to V-Plan, who says, #1 fan. I appreciate you for that. With the dancing emoji. Thank you to Mr. Sir, who says, God bless you, ABL. Much love from Oakland, California. Great show, bro. Thank you for that, man. Definitely appreciate it. God bless you as well. Thank you to Track 1219 for the rocket emoji. I appreciate you for that. Thank you to Matthew Phillips, who says, shout out to young sounding caller. Monder attracted person's map is a new term for pedo. It's pushed by leftists in Western academia. Protect your kids. Exactly. Yeah, hide your kids for real, because it's crazy out here. Thank you to Chris K for the keep it up emoji. Thank you for that. Thank you to Robert Bichard for the rocket emoji. I appreciate you, boss. Thank you to Eric, who says, I called your number to talk. It was ringing, and then it picked up and hung up. What's up with that, boss? I think your call system might be messed. That's the best I got right now. I mean, that happens to everybody, so don't feel like left out or singled out. Thank you to Jay Rossi, who says, I have to watch RT feature. Glad you're exposing fakes and putting light on truth and hate from the left. Hey, that's what I got to do. Thank you for that. Thank you to Triangle Whip for the donation. Thank you to Daniel Sussingham, who says, watch a panel with B. Tatum. There's a term for liberals who are rich to deal with their policies. It's called limousine liberals. There you go. Good term. Thank you to Charles Turner Jr., who says, ABL, if you are opposed to reparations, then you ain't black. Quote, you ain't black. Kamala Harris says the Ugandan nightmare, to quote Jericho Green. Shout out to TSM Space, who says there should be a public list of all what people say over time about reparations, like give a man a fish, he comes just back for more fish. Exactly, 100%. It's the same thing with government handouts in general. All these, EBT, WIC, TANF, Section 8, food stamps, all that good stuff. Affirmative action. all it does is create more dependence upon the government. You give this, okay, now I need this. You got to have this and this and this, and then it's an endless handout. It doesn't work. Thank you to TSM Space, who says that's crazy that all trans is learned behavior, but somehow the official stance of the country is it's not learned behavior. Thank you to Bruce, aka Bruiser 6969 Kennedy, who says, just checking in on y'all from Austin, Texas, where apparently sanity has left the building. I'm a stranger in my own hometown. Crazy is the new norm. Yeah, it's unfortunate. They got this whole thing about keeping Austin weird. But my thing is, did they consult the locals about that? People that have been living there their whole life? Did they ask them about what's going on? Can we just make this town weird with drug addicts from California? Oh, yeah, sure, do that. I don't think that's really what they want. They could to TSN 6, who says suicides learned behavior. They could to says what becoming an ABL supporter. They could to Casey Kimball for the "You Are Amazing" emoji. Thank you to Black Conservative for the donation. Great name, obviously. Thank you to Deborah Benoit, who says great job. Thank you for that. Thank you to Tanya, who said reparations for having to hear Ivan's voice. Thank you to Good Bad, who says ABL, you got some patience. Hey, I'm in the space. Thank you to Abraham, who says ABL is an expert on his own culture, not Ivan. There you go. Thank you to Rock Boozhound, who says, I have to say people like ABL, Cannons, and Tatum are making a massive difference. We would not have a voice without them because they call us racist. Exactly. Thank you to Good Bad, who says Biden, quote, why am I stooping, unquote. Thank you to Celeste for becoming an ABL supporter. Thank you to Good Bad, who says, hold on, I lost my place right quick. Let me go back to where I was. And thank y'all again for being here. You guys are the best audience on the internet in general. Let me get back to where I was. Good Bad says, what do you think about the CCP and Biden? It's just, money changing hands. That's all. You're just getting money. And that's just same old political corruption been going on for a long time. If not corruption, just straight out nepotism. That's all it is. Using his name to get money. That's how people like Barack Obama come into the presidency, not worth much, but leaving worth millions. That's just what it is. You enriching yourself through the presidency. Thank you to Barry On for the donation. Thank you to Joyce Redland for the thumbs up. Thank you to Stevie J321, who says a vote for Biden is a vote for more crime and chaos in the streets, bound down to China, open borders for all, and against the First, Second Amendments. There you go. Thank you to James Burlow, who says there are over 24 million defunct voters out there, and it will be easy to assign illegals to vote. Exactly. It's easy. And beyond that, a lot of illegals are using, that was funny when somebody said illegals are using socials. It's like, what you mean using socials? You mean identity theft, stealing people's identity to go and do whatever they want? So anyway, if you have a stolen identity as an illegal, which a lot of them do, you can go vote. It'd probably be this whole big drive to do it. It doesn't matter if you're here legally, illegally, green card, no green card, go vote. That's what's going to be going on in the near future, in my humble opinion. Thank you to James. Oh, I read that one. Oh, he also says, James Burlow that is, says, during midterms, it's believed 7 Congress seats were stolen. That could happen. With the voter fraud, thank you to Good Bad, who says, come on. Thank you to G Dubs, who says, shout out to Coco for giving us some tons of laughs tonight. Love your stream, ABL. Oh, it's all good. Thank you for that. Thank you to Hiker AZ67, who says, I love this woman talking about Leah. And Leah, if you're listening to me, start that channel. Don't even think about it. Just go ahead and do it. Thank you to Jamie Frost for the donation. Thank you to Julian Bueno, who says, my neighbor is from Nigeria. Answered that one. Thank you to This Week of Civil War History, who says, shout out from Williamsburg, Virginia. Shout out to Williamsburg. Here, how do you feel about the removal of Southern soldier monuments, not generals, just soldiers? It's terrible. It's crazy. It's just a way for people to try and rewrite history in their own image. That's all. That's all that it is. Keep all history up. I don't care if you think it's good, bad, ugly, keep all of it up, because I want to know the whole story, not just part of the story that sounds good to people, that feels good to people. No, tell me the whole story. Okay, when I'm reading the textbook, I'm not going to just have the part about the Confederate generals or soldiers taken out. I'm going to read about everything. So the monuments are part of that history that I want to know, okay? Because if I have not read the book, or if I forgot the book, I want reminders about what's going on so I know it. Or if I just happen to come across it and I'm a young person, ask a question, it's like, hey, who was that? Then I can get some context. I can do my own research and figure out what's going on, even beyond the history book that I get taught about or through in school. Thank you to Philip C., who says, my brother ABL, I've been with you since the days when there was an average of 300 to 500 in the chat. 135K subscribers. Love you, ABL. Hey, thank you for that, man. I appreciate you for being a long-time viewer. Thank you to Steve Reno Plays, who says, 16-year-old conservative, you're an inspiration. I appreciate you for that. Thank you. Thank you to Monster Blood, who says, Dems aren't upset that blacks are going over to Trump's side because they got millions of immigrants now. Yeah, that's a new thing. I've been saying that. The illegal aliens are going to be the new blacks. The waves of, quote unquote, undocumented or even some of the H-1Bs, that's going to be the new black. So we can kind of get pushed to the wayside. They don't need us. What do they need us for? We're becoming the lower voter block. So that's what's going on. Abortion, the same thing. That's going to be reducing the population. More black babies aborted than born in New York City by March on 7,500. I mean, they're exterminating us to make way for the next class to try to take advantage of. That's what's happening. Thank you to Trevor, who says, watching your reactions during Leah's call was gold. Shout out to Leah and my condolences to your uncle ABL from one of your proud Facebook top fans. Hey, thank you for that, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you to Amazon Matt, who says, you are so adorable. Thank you to Fix Us First. First Fix Us, who says, hey, ABL, love your show. Did you see Nick Cannon fold like a metal folding chair? Keep up the great work. I did see that, but not unexpected, because the issue was he had other jobs in jeopardy. Okay, let's just a little bit of context here. He already lost America's Got Talent. He was a host of that. He was going to get $10 million a year to host that, $10 million a year. And at that time, he was still doing Wildin' Out on Viacom. And I think he might have had The Masked Singer as well. I'm not really sure, but I know he had America's Got Talent and Wildin' Out. So you lost one job, $10 million a year. You got an ex-wife. She got money more than him, but anyway, you got kids. What are you going to do? And then here comes this whole thing about, we're the real Jews, all that, and the third. You get cut from Viacom. Now you lost Wildin' Out. So you lost not Masked Singer. You lost America's Got Talent, Wildin' Out. Now he's in jeopardy of losing Masked Singer because they might not like the whole anti-Semitism too. So it was like, all right, Nick, well, you got to do something. I mean, you can't just say whatever you want to say. Then and only then did he apologize. Okay, because now the money was on the line. That's how that happened. And it was funny. He was like trying to make demands, talking about, I want my show back. Nah. You should have thought about that before you said what you said. Try to get ownership before you go on this whole woke crusade. All right, do it that way. You went about it. You did it backwards. You tried to get your job. You tried to get your show after you got fired. That's not how it works. Get the show before you get fired and do it that way. Thank you to Raider YD, who says, never was into politics until now. Watching you and the others definitely opening my eyes. Hey, I'm glad it's doing that for you, man. Thank you for that. Thank you to Monster Blood, who says, on your black officers video, my comment has 584 likes and 74 replies now. Hey, there you go. It must have been something good. Shout out to New Level Auto, who says, just left Raleigh where riots destroyed churches. Crazy. Keep up the great work, ABL. Hey, thank you for that. I appreciate you. I'm from Virginia. Raleigh ain't that far away. So that's unfortunate. Thank you to Robin G, who says, what are your thoughts on qualified immunity for cops? Fed judge just dropped lawsuit against Dallas cops that choked white men to death and mocked him while he died. No riots because he's white. Well, I guess it depends on the situation, really. I think that you should be able to have that in general, because without it, then you would get sued for everything. And then at a certain point, it's like your ability to be an officer is kind of compromised because you can't operate effectively. That's just my humble opinion, though. But that case about the guy that died, that was really unfortunate. I'm not sure what the next course of action would be as a result of that. But, nobody really cares. Some people care, obviously. Not nobody, but the BLM crowd don't care because, like you said, he's white. All right. Thank y'all for joining. You guys are fantastic. Hey, I got you, man. I got you, Zedric Kane. So what I see you, man. I got you. Let's go ahead and make you a mod right now. It's all good. And thank you for your support as always, man. All right. Now, I knight you. Thank you all for joining. Definitely appreciate it. Thank you to all the moderators. You guys do a great job. The newest mod, Zedric Kane Sword. Then you got Ken Bone, True Helper. You got Bill from the Hills. You got Zealand Zen. You got Liza Jean. You got Shreves. You got Ansel. You got Killer Sushi. You have all the guys and girls in the chat doing a great job. I see you, Marcus. Wow. I ain't seen you in a minute, man. Thank you all for joining. And, of course, T-Pain in the building, the top mod. Alrighty. That's all I got for tonight. I will see y'all again live next time. I'll be live again on Wednesday, of course. Then I'm live again on Thursday on Brandon Tatum's channel, and I'm back live again Saturday here. I do videos all throughout the week, pre-recorded 10-minute or so videos all throughout the week, Monday through Saturday. I try to do 2 a day, Monday through Saturday, pre-recorded videos, and then live on this channel twice, live on Tatum's channel once. And then, of course, follow me on my Instagrams, instagram.com/Anthony B. Logan. What else? Facebook.com. I think I'm Anthony Brown Logan on there. And Twitter /Anthony B. Logan. Everything, all my social medias are on my website, anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter G, ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. Got ahead of myself. Everything is right there. My email address, my snail mail address. And by the way, I do read all you guys' emails. I cannot respond to all of them because I get a ton. I'm probably getting 20 emails right now just in the past hour or more. So I do read your emails though. So just know that I appreciate all the news tips and everything else you guys send me. So that'll be a wrap. Oh, my email, if you don't know, contact@anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, not G, LOGAN.com. All right. That's all I got. So until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out. And peace.